Just spit the facts while I keep the crowd on their feet. Football season be the reason that I be bringing this heat. Georgia music representing 104.3. Hey,
welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Well, we had a great college football season, and the Canes played in a national championship, and the Panthers have won 2 Stanley Cups in a row.
Yep.
And Inter Miami won the MLS championship. Things have been good down here.
Mm-hmm.
But there is something so irksome about the New England Patriots going to the Super Bowl again while the Dolphins haven't won a playoff game in over 25 years.
Yeah.
Do you know how many Super Bowls New England has been to since the Dolphins last won a playoff game?
8?
I believe this will be the 10th.
10th.
This will be the 10th
Ooh.
Super Bowl since the Dolphins have won a playoff game. And unfortunately for the listeners, we've got a Patriots fan in our midst today.
Oh, that's smiling.
Zach Gelb is Zach Gelb is with us. Zach Gelb is going to be in studio with us. He got snowed in. He's in Boca. He was in Palm Beach at the Breakers for a wedding over the weekend.
Money.
And isn't that where your wedding was?
Yeah, I'm still paying it off.
Yeah.
17 years later.
You were in the side room, right? We were in the main room.
Yeah. So
the balcony.
Gelb trying to fly back to New York, couldn't make it, and he's stuck in Boca. And I said, oh, come do the show with us today. Now, that was before the Patriots punched their ticket to another Super Bowl. But Zach Gelb, who hosts the Zach Gelb Show on 365 Sports, he's a studio host for NFL and college basketball on Compass Media Networks. And you can follow him on social media at Zach Gelb, but he'll be with us today up until 6 o'clock. We're going to have a little bit of fun.
I look like an idiot, by the way, right now.
Because?
Well, you know, you expect good accommodations when you come here. And I saw Len Weiner, the great program director. He was awesome. Crowder gave me a nice high five. You know, I saw you. Jimmy's great. Leroy and Tobin, great. And then I go to Solana, I need a pair of headphones. And he gives me a broken pair of headphones. I look like Dumbo the elephant right now that had a fractured ear.
You look like Princess Leia.
This one ear, the headphone doesn't even, it's all over the place.
First of all, don't blame me. Who the hell is a radio host in the year 2026 or a podcast host doesn't have a pair of headphones?
I got snowed in, you Stu-Nod.
You travel without headphones?
Yeah,
I mean, be prepared. Be prepared.
It's like
I didn't have an adapter.
It's like a doctor traveling without a stethoscope. Like, I don't care if you're going on vacation. You're a doctor. Bring a stethoscope with you. You don't know if you're going to
let me tell you, a radio station should have some headphones, right?
Well, we do, except the actual host, the host of the show to your left doesn't have a pair of headphones.
That guy.
So he's using the
my left would be that way. There's no one in there right now, so
like
I don't see anybody.
Like a phlebotomist walking around without a syringe. I mean, if you're a phlebotomist, make sure you have a syringe on you.
Like radio shows don't just pop up on you and dive out.
Nowadays they do.
Radio.
Couple things going on. We're going to get into a lot of stuff this afternoon. The Heat host the Bulls Sunday, and we've got a pair of tickets every day this week. We are going to give away today's pair of tickets at 3:20. So make sure you are listening at 3:20, and you can win a pair of Heat Bulls tickets. So on the show sheet today is National Green Juice Day. Crowder is celebrating by bringing in checkers. So
lover fries.
Yeah, he got himself some checkers on the way in. Today is also Tate Martell's birthday, and we will celebrate that in a way that only
you have talked about him
can celebrate Tate Martell's birthday. A lot going on. I imagine we should talk a little bit about this Super Bowl matchup and talk with Gelby about it, and we'll do so. I want to get headlines as well, but your initial thoughts on just the matchup, Crowder, who you got?
Oh, look at Gelb. Now he's not smiling no more because he knows the Seahawks.
Yeah.
They're superior. They're a superior roster. And
I feel better than ever, honestly.
How about with the 5.5? Because right now it's up to 5.5 points that you'd have to lay to bet Seattle.
That was the thing, is that nobody was covering this weekend, and 5.5 is a big number. What's you pass that 3 mark, I get uncomfortable.
Yeah, especially at a Super Bowl. What are you know, I guess I should ask you, Gelb. Do you feel like you were gifted? He's a Patriots fan, even though he lives in New York. Do you feel like you were gifted a trip to the Super Bowl based on Sean Payton's decision not to kick a field goal in the first quarter when they could have gone up 10-0. I think it was one of the biggest coaching blunders maybe in NFL history, because you have a Super Bowl on the line. You have a quarterback starting for you that has not thrown a pass this season, has taken one snap, and it was to kneel down. You have a chance to go up 10-0 in that game with your backup quarterback, especially if you know the weather's going to get rotten in the second half. I don't know whether Sean Payton knew that or not. But in any scenario, when you have a chance to go up 2 scores with your backup quarterback playing against arguably a better team because you're missing your starting quarterback, I don't understand the logic of not going for 3 in that instance. And so I wonder if you feel like the Patriots were gifted. That 3 points made a big difference.
In the moment, I actually thought it was the right decision by Sean Payton. Obviously, by Sean to go for it. The two issues I had, the play call was terrible. And then also the offensive line forgot to block. They said
did.
hike. Milton Williams was in the backfield already blowing it up. And to run your quarterback to the right side of the field and isolate the completely other side of the field or not run it. Like I would have, even though the Patriots run defense is stout, I would have ran the ball there with either my running back or my quarterback for 1 yard. That's all they needed. I thought it was a good play call, but I thought it was a good decision to go for a bad play call.
I think even last night when the Rams-Seahawks game, when at the end, when they went for the touchdown at the end, where they could have got 3 and he was still down by 1, let's get the ball back. That game was 170 to 168. Like, they're going to score points if they get this ball back. Watching, knowing that those two defenses, your 10, 12 points could win the game.
Right.
That was the thing. So the play call, big picture, the play call wasn't bad, Gelby, I don't think. But knowing that that game was not going to get to 20, take them damn 3 points.
But they had their foot on the throat. It was 7-0. The Patriots looked lifeless, lethargic. They were putrid in the first half of that game.
But the way to ensure that, to me, is to go up 2 scores. Whether it's up 14-0 or 10-0, to me, you're putting your foot on the throat because you're up 2 scores at that point.
10-0, though, I'm not nervous. At 14-0, sitting on my couch watching that game, I would have been sweating bullets at that stage. I thought the risk was worth the potential reward.
And we always say the arrogance of Sean Payton got the Broncos where they are.
Sure.
Like, so you have to.
Dan Campbell would have gone for it.
The Dan
right?
Campbell argument.
Mike McDaniel would have gone for it. Like, there are guys who just, hey, if we're a yard away from a first down, we're going for it. Like, they have to prove to me that they can stop. But it's sometimes, I just believe at some point when the stakes are that magnitude, it's a trip to the Super Bowl. And you can get there with your backup quarterback who you have not seen this season. I just don't understand not taking the 3 in that scenario. No. And I said it when it was going on, so I don't want you to think that I'm changing my tune on it. I could not believe that he was not taking the field goal there. Now, if Bo Nix was the quarterback, totally would have understood. But the fact that it was Jarrett Stidham, and if Stidham had played 7 games during the season, you knew what he was, different. I could even understand it. But for a guy who had not played a single game to go for it in that scenario, I did not understand it.
He wasn't the worst Sean, though, that was coaching yesterday. McVay was brutal. At 31-26, how don't you go for 2 to make it 31-28? And then late in the game, 5 minutes to go, I would take the field goal there, make it 31-30, because then you could get if they would have got the ball back at the end with a little bit more time, but even though Stafford made it close at the end with Puka and he just went out of bounds, they could have lined up to kick some crazy field goal. That would have won them the game.
And that's where the percentage analytics and all that stuff people talk about. That's one thing. Then there's watching the game.
Know your game circumstance.
And saying, we stopped them twice or we haven't stopped them.
The first 3 quarters of that NFC Championship game are awesome. In the fourth quarter, though, the scoring went away. So how don't you just take the points there? But also, could we just have a moment of just being real and honest here? Because you're like, oh, you got gifted. The Patriots got gifted.
You did.
Everyone else in the AFC, in a down year for the AFC, could have got to the Super Bowl. The Patriots don't have this great roster.
Listen, you're there.
And you guys didn't take care of business.
Listen, you're there. I'm not arguing the fact that you're in the Super Bowl. Your path to the Super Bowl was ridiculous.
But that comes with an arrogance there. That comes with you want me to feel bad for being in the Super Bowl.
No.
Sorry, the rest of the AFC sucked this year.
No, I don't want you to feel bad about it. I just want you to acknowledge it was a very easy path to the Super Bowl.
And you know what my uncle would say to me? Sometimes you'd rather be lucky than good.
That's fair.
I'd rather be lucky than good right now. Because they're going to take the field in 2 weeks. Everyone's going to pick against them. I love that the spread right now is at 4.5, 5.5. It is begging dumb bettors to take the Seahawks.
I'm leaning towards betting the Pats plus the points, just because I think they can keep it close. I'm not necessarily
and a
certain
Mac
they can
Hollins
win.
anytime touchdown, by the way.
This Mac Hollins. He broke out the Warriors. I mean, that's my wheelhouse. That is my wheelhouse, man.
Mac Hollins, MVP. Huh?
Mac Hollins is balling this season.
He's making a couple plays.
He's balling this season.
He's good. He's clutch.
Man.
And Buffalo was clutch.
Let's do headlines with Solana. We have a lot to get to on this Monday. Headlines are brought to you by someone different than what I have written. Doral Kia, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit them at Doral Kia or DoralKia.com.
You should be embarrassed about your team making the Super Bowl with that path. In fact, you should apologize. All of New England should be apologizing. I take it a step further. You guys shouldn't even watch the game. Like, that's how embarrassing your path to the Super Bowl was. Not only did you play nobody in the regular season, you guys lost to the Raiders this year, and then you finally get to the AFC Championship game after a joke of a first 2 rounds, and what do you have? A backup quarterback who couldn't throw the football. I mean,
sorry,
it's
Hoch.
embarrassment.
I can't hear who's speaking because some dope gave me broken headphones. I can't hear. What
Listen, you better watch your P's and Q's today anyway, because Solana's stuck in the production studio because you've taken his console. That's where he normally sits. Let me tell you something. Solana's on edge right now, and you're not giving him the proper respect that he deserves, and you're bitching and moaning about the headphones. He's going to come in here during one of these commercial breaks. He's going to step to you.
Oh, I'm so scared.
He's going to step to you.
Gil ain't no little dude now.
He'll not no little dude. He's gigantic.
You know what? Solana may actually have an edge on me because he could smack me from the behind of my head and then could go get in his bougie Lexus and speed on out of here. When I saw Solana was driving a Lexus when he pulled up, I go, what is that, dad and mom's car for the day that he got?
He said to me, he goes, how much you paying him? He's driving a Lexus. I go, that guy pulled up as an intern in a Lexus.
Yeah.
So I don't think it has anything to do with me.
Trust fund, baby.
And then Crowder was rolled up in a Bentley, and Hawk's the only real guy on this show.
I got a Chevy. Hawk got a lock.
Hey, Gel, what's your 40 time?
Same as your IQ.
But the criticism of the Patriots, I've heard it all day. We heard it all day. The criticism of the Patriots saying they historically, I saw some stat, one of the weakest schedules in the NFL in the last 10 years. They have a top 10 defense. They have a MVP candidate quarterback, and they have a coach that we know can coach, because at Tennessee he went to the damn the
AFC Championship
game. Sorry, like they put together a squad.
Oh, I'm giving him bleep because it was a fairly easy path. But when they needed to win games, they won games.
And Drake May became an MVP candidate. That's the crazy
Drake
part.
May had a very good season. There's no question about it. Mike Vrabel had a breakout season as a head coach. Like, I'm not trying to diminish a trip to the Super Bowl.
I am.
I'm just telling you that I thought Denver would have had a better chance to win that game had they gone up 10-0. And I think Sean Payton forgot what the stakes of the game were and forgot. And it's nice. Oh, listen, next man up, Jarrett Stidham, Bo Nix, who cares or whatever.
That was a bunch of hogwash.
You got your backup quarterback. Like, go up 2 scores because you're not playing. I mean, do you think the Patriots are the best team in the AFC?
Yeah, they're there.
I'm not asking you if they're in the Super Bowl. I'm asking you if you think the Patriots are the best team in the AFC.
I would say Buffalo would be. And did Buffalo beat Denver? No.
No. But what I'm saying is sometimes you have to acknowledge, and what I'm saying from the Denver standpoint, the Sean Payton standpoint, is who you're playing, what the stakes are, and the opportunity you have to put what might be a lesser team in a spot where they've got to score 2 times in the first quarter to be down 2 scores. You might be able to mentally have something.
Does Bo Nix absolutely win that game yesterday?
No.
Because I don't think in that weather,
Right.
What the
Nobody's a
Patriots
lock. Yeah.
basically, it
Only
reminds
Tua.
me.
Tua is the only one who could really overcome that kind of weather.
I was at the AFC Championship game a few years ago between the Ravens and the Chiefs, and I talked to Mahomes after the game, and he said to me, "I just had to be a game manager. Our defense was that great that I knew if I just didn't turn over the ball, I would have won the game." That's what the Patriots basically did in the second half. They said, "We're just going to win field position, hold on to the ball, punt, and in the snow conditions, that blizzard that just came out of nowhere, you could just find a way to manage the game." And the Patriots managed the game. Yeah, I know they didn't get a field goal successful at the end of the half, but Mike Vrabel being right there at the sideline, calling a timeout to get that field goal opportunity, they were the more well-prepared and coached team in that contest.
Drake May isn't a better football player than Josh Allen. This year, they were right next to each other.
Right.
Drake May stepped up. The Bills fired their head coach, so now I can say that the Patriots have a better head coach. We always talk about coach, quarterback, and then I got to go defense. The Bills' defense wasn't that good. Their front four was pretty good. The Patriots had a top 10 defense in all categories. Huck, I'll answer you. I do believe the Patriots are the best team in the AFC.
Best team in the AFC.
I think the Seahawks are going to beat them. I don't know if by 5 or more, but I think they're the best team
In
in the
other
AFC.
words, are they better than Kansas City?
Yes. Kansas City didn't even make
Kansas
it.
City stunk this year.
They were bad.
Okay, but I'm saying with Mahomes,
What was the record?
If
Like,
he
they had
was
6 or 7 wins?
yeah, cute. with Mahomes, you're telling me that you look at the two teams and say New England's a much better, or I shouldn't even say much better, just
Yes.
a better team.
That defense
Okay.
would have dominated that Kansas City Chiefs offense this year.
And this year, these 20 weeks, whatever, with playoffs, the Patriots are the best team coming.
Well,
to the
that
AFC.
I'm not arguing. They are the team representing the AFC in the Super Bowl. I'm just one. Sometimes that it just the reason that I'm asking it is because it goes back to my earlier point, which was, did they get gifted a trip to the Super Bowl? Because A, they had a fairly easy pathway, but B, I think Sean Payton made a huge blunder.
The thing that annoys me, though, is that everyone goes, "Oh, the schedule's so easy." But if you win, no one gives a rat's ass. Like, I saw something on
Yeah, it's
social media.
fine.
I don't know if this was true. I wasn't even a thought. I wasn't even bouncing around where you bounce around before you're a kid in 72. 72 Dolphins on Twitter, I saw, had an easy strength to schedule.
All right, get him out of here.
Did anyone care?
Get him out
Did
of here.
anyone care?
Get
They're
him out. Get him out.
undefeated.
Get him out of here.
Undefeated.
Yeah, get him out of here.
What are you
Get him out of here.
talking about?
Solana, I'm tapping you in.
They-
Yeah, get him out of here.
Yo,
I
they
knew
got-
that one would work.
Get
They
him
got
out
to
of
the
here.
AFC Championship
Get
game
him
with
out of
their
here.
backup quarterback, jackass.
Get him out of here.
Literally,
Yes.
their backup
Yes.
quarterback.
21
Was the
minutes,
strength of
21
schedule
minutes
easy?
into the show. Get him out of here. Get him, Jimmy, come grab him. Get him out of
You
here.
got to pick me up. You need Jimmy Solana and then 3 other people. We'll see if anyone's in that newsroom that can help to throw
Hey,
me out.
but don't let them look at greasy stats to get there because they're not impressive. We've done that.
Don't look at Bob Greasy's Super Bowl numbers.
I woke up this morning when Hawk told me I was coming in, and I go, "Where can I find the 72 Dolphins stat that's just gonna piss everybody off?"
You couldn't wait 28 minutes. Like, yeah. All right, let's do headlines so that we can not get too far behind.
I have one question for Gelb. You're in the Super Bowl, so you have one game scenarios, literally your life right now. If you could tap in Tom Brady, today's version of Tom Brady, to play in this game, who do you trust more to win you the game? Tom Brady, today's version, out of the booth, or Drake May?
Why I'm going actually Drake May, and if you would have asked me this question 6 weeks ago, I would have said Tom Brady easily, as Drake May could be the MVP of the league. That Patriots offensive line right now has got issues. So Brady, even though he has better footwork and he could
He'd be a dead duck.
he could move up in the pocket. Yeah, Tom Brady at 47. Now maybe a little weak in the knees after hanging out with Alex Earl. I don't know how much I would trust Tom Brady to move around the pocket.
They moved Drake May so much they have to change the whole offense for Tom Brady. Tom didn't
Right.
move when he was 22.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but does Botox in the face make you more aerodynamic? I don't know. I'm just asking questions here, Gelb.
Maybe they inject something in his knees or something.
I will tell you, Brady has become a much better broadcaster than he was.
I'm so surprised.
I really enjoy listening to him call a game.
And how many gummies do you think Tony Romo does before these broadcasts now?
Romo's having a good time.
Let me tell you something, Jim.
He's having a good time.
He took something from Romo with the funny and the not really going
It's working.
X and O football. He's messing
He's
around now.
enjoying the game,
There
which
we
is
go.
what we loved about Romo at the beginning, was just like you could tell he was enjoying every play of every game.
I don't think he enjoys it anymore.
Nope.
No, Romo
He's
doesn't
nervous.
seem to. Well, I think it's in his head,
This
all the
is
criticism.
playoff Romo
Yeah,
now that we're
yeah.
seeing in the booth. Playoff Romo.
Well, here's the thing with Romo. he's going to try to guess the play. And if he gets it, he's all in on the analysis.
Which he did, by the way, the week before. Like, I mean, nailed it. I forget what play it was.
But if
he
does
was sick
it
for that game, he said, when he was so bad, he was sick.
I was?
Yeah, please.
Sick
My ass.
if
My
he
fat ass.
if he doesn't guess the play correctly, then he's checked out of that entire play. He's just waiting for the next one.
Remind us. I'll tell you Solana's Tony Romo story in an upcoming segment.
Okay.
All right. I want to get through headlines, but I want to tell that story to Gelb.
Here are the headlines. Gelb needs new headphones. Solana and Gelb are going to fight.
All right. Stop making it all about yourself. I'll kick you out of here. You won't make it till 3.
Still get paid, right?
All right, just your local stuff. The Heat and the Panthers went 2-0 over the weekend, so 4-0 combined. The Heat beat the Jazz in Utah Saturday, blew them out, and they beat the Phoenix yesterday to end their road trip where they go 3-2.
They beat the Phoenix.
They beat the Phoenix.
The Suns.
I heard the pregame show last night.
Yeah, he did good.
Very good.
Yeah, he's a very good broadcaster.
I'm fair. When Solana stinks, I'll tell you. When he's very good, I'll tell you. He entertained me.
Did he say they were playing the Phoenix?
What's the way to go with that one?
I was a little confused, though. He said Kevin Durant was in the lineup last night.
Wait, we play the Magic on Wednesday. Wait till I call him Benchero again. And the Panthers, they beat the Minnesota and the Chicago. Now, but no joke, Marchie scored an overtime game winner on Saturday. That was electric, and then they blew out the Blackhawks yesterday. They're now 3 points to the Bruins Hawk for the final wild card.
They needed this little run, and they've got it, and you hope that it can continue. But they needed a couple there, and they got them.
The Dolphins made a couple hirings. Bobby Slowick elevated from McDaniel's staff to offensive coordinator. Wondering how you guys feel about that. And then Phillip Rivers has removed himself from the consideration for the Bills head coaching vacancy.
All right.
Did you see who Stephen A. Smith was advocating to get the Steelers job today?
No.
Did you see this?
No.
Really?
Who?
There's some problems at the pivot. He advocated for Ryan Clark.
To get the head coaching job?
I'm being dead.
Really? Ryan Clark.
I'm being
Didn't
dead
they hire
serious.
Mike McCarthy?
He was yes, they hired Mike McCarthy, but he was saying because Phillip Rivers was interviewed for the Bills,
I see.
They should have interviewed Ryan Clark.
Now we're all chasing what the Patriots did.
But Ryan Clark
RC
didn't.
looked shocked.
Ryan
He
Clark
looked
didn't
shocked.
exactly have the NFL career that Phillip Rivers did.
No, and also I may get kicked out of the studio for this comment. Any bad decision Ryan Clark would make, the apologies on Monday at that press conference would be something.
He'll say sorry now.
Oh my God.
He said some
That
sorry.
4th and 2 play call, it was really bad. I apologize to everyone. There's just things that are bigger than football.
He was up. The Giants job opened up, and there was a report that Ryan was up there. And I don't. Hell, we're friends and all. I don't think he wants to coach. I think he wants to be in the front office. I think he wants to be a GM or something like that.
Oh, I'm seeing that now on Awful Announcing. I want to state for the record that I'm not joking about this. I'm dead serious. I believe that Ryan Clark should have been interviewed for the Steelers head coaching job.
You know what?
I wouldn't
The
have
Miami
a job.
Dolphins screwed over Channing Crowder. He should have been brought in for an interview.
They know better.
He should be their linebackers coach.
Be a fun locker room.
I'm being tootsies the whole day.
There'd be a lot of
get off
disciplinary
the
issues.
radio.
with that
Bring the
team.
linebackers with you and teach them a thing or two.
I got off this radio show. I'm a tootsies guy.
There'd be a lot of knee injuries too on that team.
Noon to 6 a.m.
That would be so Dolphins, though. The entire fan base was getting hyped up for maybe Zach Thomas joining the organization. Sorry, you're getting Channing Crowder instead.
I think we could have a really good coaching staff.
Who? Former Dolphins?
I could coach the offensive line.
You?
Solana could coach the safeties.
Oh. Hawk's the hype guy.
I'll be the hype guy.
You could be the big Dom, like how Big Dom is
I'll
in
be
Philly. You
special
could be his
teams.
big
I'll be
Dom.
special teams coach.
At least I could be your hold me back coach if you coach the Dolphins. That'd be good.
All right, guys, your weather in South Florida right now, it's a pretty nice day, a lot better than pretty much everywhere else in the country.
Wow. I mean, watching that game yesterday, that second half, I happen to love it. I think it's visually great. I know there are some debates as to whether a game should come down to bad weather conditions, but it's the same for both teams. So go out there and score.
It's crazy because I have people in Minnesota, the best skiing in the world, and just I have a bunch of family up north where there's no access for emergency vehicles.
Right.
The snow. So down here we're like, oh, it's 44. Ooh, put a jacket on. Like other places, it's crazy.
That's why Gelb is here. I mean, literally can't get home. All right, we'll keep talking Super Bowl. We're going to celebrate Tate Martell's birthday today in a way that
so weird.
that that only we can. Man, the new year is here. Improving your health might be one of your big resolutions. But when you're tired, you're low on energy, you're not sleeping well, you don't see much progress at the gym, staying committed can be tough. Atlantic Men's Clinic can likely help with that resolution because those symptoms, often signs, are low testosterone. And this year, Atlantic Men's Clinic is also helping men go further with 4 targeted body composition plans featuring GH peptides, NAD+, GLP-1, and PDA designed to boost energy, support metabolism, enhance recovery, and accelerate fat loss. So with the low T treatments combined with the body composition programs, most men notice real improvements. And I'm talking about more energy, better focus, improved sleep, stronger workouts, renewed sex drive as well. I've told you, I'm 56 years old. I've been going to Atlantic Men's Clinic less than a year. I love the testosterone shots. I wish that I had started going sooner. Schedule a consultation at Atlantic Men's Clinic. When you go there, they'll do your lab work. They have your results within 30 minutes. And then a Florida licensed medical provider will review your results with you and discuss your options. They have 7 locations in South Florida, including their new office in Hollywood. So give them a call. 877-455-7300. It's 877-455-7300. Or you can go to atlanticmensclinic.com as well. Featured therapies are compounded, have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
You're listening to the Hoch, Crowder, and Solana Show.
I love the colonoscopy.
Oh, look at that. It worked perfect.
Wow. Pros have one partner for the whole job. Why juggle 10 different suppliers when one can do it all? At the Home Depot, you'll save with pricing.
That's perfect.
When we add a minute with job site deliveries, schedule next day or same day. And you'll get every size, every finish, every job lot quantity you need. One partner for the entire job. That's how pros get more done. The Home Depot Pro. It's about time.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter.
Yo, what's your 40?
Get Kendall Toyota's lowest price on new Toyota Corollas, Camrys, and Tacomas with huge savings all month long. Sharp looks, ultra reliability, and the smartest tech. These new Toyotas have it all. Save thousands on used cars up to 50% off the original selling price. 100% credit approval is their goal. It's all at Kendall Toyota on US 1. Number 1 in the 305 since 1969. Call 305-KENDALL.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks Vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapor Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapor Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors. You need more comfort for yourself. Use
That looks wonderful, bro.
Are you 50 or older? This news is for you. The CDC recommends you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia. Even if you're healthy, your age puts you at risk. People 50 or older are over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia.
It's mine, everybody. Relax.
Great song, Jimmy. Anybody know who this is? Crowder, can you guess who is singing?
U2.
U2. You nailed it once again. His music knowledge is unparalleled, Gelb.
He had Shazam open. I saw it during that.
Isn't that U2? Who is
No,
that?
this is the furthest thing from U2 in music history. Do you know Solana, or you're looking at it back there?
No, I know. Green Day.
Again, you guys with your music knowledge, it is indeed Green Day. They're playing before the Super Bowl, and that's why Jimmy is giving everybody a taste. This is Information Society.
Who?
Exactly. So Zach Gelb is with us. He's going to sit in with us till 6 o'clock today, and you can follow him on social media at Zach Gelb, ZachGelb. So let me ask you a few football questions. We can go around the room if you have some for him. Tom Brady wins the Super Bowl with Tampa, right? And now the Patriots, under the stewardship of Robert Kraft, they're back in another Super Bowl. Bill Belichick had a terrible season with UNC because he couldn't get hired in the NFL, by the way. Does this put to bed the debate, Brady or Belichick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
so it's done.
Once he won the Super Bowl,
Brady
in Tampa Bay, it was over. The thing is, and I've always said this, and I hate this conversation with the passion because it's like, who's your favorite kid? Who's your favorite parent? Belichick always said it after they would win the Super Bowl. Players win, coaches lose them. So for Brady, the quarterback is always of the utmost importance. Belichick is not some schlub, though, and some dope that everyone makes him out to be right now because he's a jerk to everyone, so everyone wants to pile on. Belichick needed Brady, and Brady needed Belichick together to get to 6, but there's no doubt about it. Brady won one in Tampa, and Belichick, what his highlight after Brady was getting to the postseason one time with Mac Jones and then getting slaughtered by the Bills.
And I don't think Belichick's helping himself with his little young girlfriend stuff.
Yeah.
No, he's become a laughing stock.
Yeah, he's becoming a storyline for that. But we talk about Stephen Ross all the time, how he's a bad owner, where Hawk and myself were like, he pours all the money he can into this team. He buys whatever they need, top notch everything. He just hasn't hired the right guys. So is Robert Kraft a genius coach, or is he a lucky coach for finding Belichick and now finding Vrabel, I guess?
Yeah, because you got to give Kraft some credit for cutting ties real quick
with
Mayo. Gerard Mayo.
And also, Kraft was not popular the last 2 or 3 years because when Brady and Belichick went through their issues the first time, Kraft stepped in the 11th hour, and Brady and Belichick both stayed.
Up, yeah.
But then the last time, Robert Kraft knew he couldn't do that again. He should have picked Brady over Belichick. There's no doubt about that. But in the aftermath of Brady leaving, and then everything happened with Belichick, they did that Apple piece, the documentary, and it was basically, and it was helped, produced by the Patriots and all that stuff. It was a Belichick hit piece. And the fan base, we were annoyed with Robert Kraft, but once he got rid of Gerard Mayo, who he guaranteed to be the coach and the coach in waiting, and brought in Mike Vrabel, it was, okay, Robert Kraft, even though we were annoyed with you last 2 years, you won 6 championships. The team was terrible before he got there. And now Robert Kraft looks like a genius. And if they win the Super Bowl in 2 weeks, it's really ugly for Belichick.
Does he have a football guy? Because we have Tom Garfinkel down here. I think Stephen Ross tries to hire people that know about it.
Who's running the Patriots?
Elliot Wolf.
Oh, okay. So they have someone.
That's their name.
It is. So it's a weird relationship because when Elliot Wolf, he was already there, and Vrabel came in, everyone was like, "Oh, Vrabel's going to run him out after a year." But Vrabel and Elliot Wolf are more on lock and on the same page than most people would have ever thought. Elliot Wolf's done a good job.
How do you think the Dolphins' new head coach, Jeff Hafley? Do you know much about him? How do you think he's going to do as a head coach down here?
It's an uninspiring hire.
It's uninspiring. It is.
But how many times do we hype up a coach and the coach is a disaster and the guy that gets no praise? When I was in Philly, everyone hated the Doug Peterson hire. They won a Super Bowl. When I was in Philly, everyone hated the Nick Sirianni hire. They won a Super Bowl. The Dolphins now are trying to become the Green Bay Packers light. The Dolphins the last few years, they were trying to be San Francisco light. And eventually they weren't strong enough in the offensive line, and it totally derailed the whole situation. So I would be lying to you if the lawyer that they hired as the general manager, it just sounds like a lawyer with those 3 names.
Sully.
Yeah.
Just call him Sully.
And then Hafley, I'm sitting here and going, okay, the Dolphins are going to have this great turnaround, but they have 2 guys that are on the same page. At least there will be synergy.
Big fella in Seattle. We're asking about the coach of the year. So I'm asking a question. No.
Oh, McDonald?
Yeah. I didn't know his name. I was like, Seattle Seahawk guy. I didn't even know his damn name 2 weeks ago.
You and Stephen Ross have a lot in common.
And he's going to the Super Bowl. We're looking Liam Cohen, what he did with the Jags. That's what we're looking for, right? Down in Miami with Hafley.
Well, yeah, the only thing is Hafley's a defensive coordinator. Liam Cohen, obviously, an offensive
but that
coordinator.
unnamed success.
Yeah, the guy who comes in with no kind of pizzazz.
But the weird part with Hafley, this guy was a college coach at Boston College. Pat Kraft was the athletic director, who was the AD when I was at Temple. And Hafley was a good, solid coach at Boston College. And that's a tough program. And then he left because of the lifestyle at college, and he wanted to get back into the NFL. And how he parlayed the Packers defensive coordinating job, where he was good, solid, into a head coaching job. It's a little peculiar. The eyebrow is raised, and I get the connection with the GM and everything they brought in. But if you would have told me when Jeff Hafley was at Boston College that he would go on to be the coach of the Dolphins, I would have never thought that.
Right. I don't think anyone watching college football would have thought that. Did the Bills make the right decision in firing Sean McDermott?
Absolutely.
They did.
So I really like Sean McDermott. And when he got to Buffalo, that organization didn't make the playoffs, I think, since 1990 or 2000. McDermott goes in. All they do is make the playoffs 8 out of 9 years. Now, Channing Crowder has probably a lot of fine real estate. And if you're building from the ground up, which he was at Buffalo, sometimes you bring in a guy to build up the house. He builds up 75, 80% of the house, and you go, he's not the right guy to do the roof of the house. Buffalo needed someone where McDermott reached his limitation with also embarrassing losses, 13 seconds. Tyler Bass. This one, was it a catcher? Like, this game was on Josh Allen where they lost it. But McDermott did everything he could. And I was talking to Ty Dunn of GoLongTD.com, who covers the team out there. And he goes, McDermott and Allen were never on the same page. So if your coach and quarterback don't have a great relation and they keep them coming up small in the big games, eventually someone's got to go, and it's Sean McDermott.
Did Pittsburgh do the right thing in hiring Mike McCarthy?
This is a lateral move if I've ever seen one. The Pittsburgh Steelers used to have a standard of excellence, and the expectation used to be about winning a Super Bowl. Mike Tomlin's a really good coach. He reached his apex, though, in Pittsburgh. They haven't won a playoff game since 2017. Six one-and-dones, 7 straight playoff losses. Bringing in McCarthy is going to be pretty much of the same, and you could argue he's a little bit worse than Tomlin, because there'll be a under 500 season here. Like, McCarthy's a good coach. I think he gets disrespected a lot, but I thought you should have gone more of the unproven route instead of bringing in a guy that is eerily similar to what Mike Tomlin has been since 2017.
Fair.
Well,
I
was going to say it's the Ravens with Harbaugh.
Oh,
like, it's that was, I think that was the one that caught me off guard.
Yeah.
The most shocking one.
So I think it's very similar to Sean McDermott. And I know McDermott doesn't have a Super Bowl. Harbaugh does. You have Lamar Jackson. And that team hasn't got to a Super Bowl. And how many big leads that they choked and bad playoff performances. And I know you could say Mark Andrews and Lamar wasn't always great in them. I just thought it was time for a split. And Mike McDonald was there in Baltimore. And a lot of people thought he could eventually replace Harbaugh one day. Now he's in Seattle. So the guy they bring in, Jesse Minter, has been with the Ravens, has been at Michigan, was with the Chargers. I think they're hoping Jesse Minter turns out to be Mike McDonald, and they needed a reset.
How do you think Mike McDaniel does as the offensive coordinator in LA with Justin Herbert? Unless he takes a head coaching job elsewhere, which he could. How do you think he does as an OC with Justin Herbert?
You guys are going to be surprised because I have crapped on Mike McDonald on this very fine radio station. Mike McDaniel, sorry. A lot of times the last 2 years. I think this guy's an offensive coordinator. I don't think he's head coaching material. If I was a player in that locker room and this guy's giving me the speeches and he's doing what he does at the podium, I go, this is a player's coach, but he's a doormat. You can't be a doormat as a head coach. And I thought McDaniel was a doormat, but a brilliant offensive mind, really good offensive coordinator. You put him with Herbert, they get their 2 tackles back, which was the biggest thing that they were missing, and you get another weapon to complement Ladd McConkey. Mike McDaniel could be looking pretty damn good with the Chargers.
Yeah, I totally agree. Some people that are good X and O football minds, then there's leaders of men. And I know it's an overly used phrase, but I play with some good coaches and some terrible coaches. X and O wise, you know what you're talking about. Hey, can you please come over here for a second and just maybe?
Hey, I noticed you were a couple minutes late for the meeting.
I want to be cuss me out, coach, and talk nasty to me, something crazy. Like, I need some inspiration. So we're like that, but we've been agreeing with McDaniel.
Yeah.
Genius offensive mind, just nobody's following him through a piece of wet toilet paper.
I was surprised that was the job, though, that he took.
The Chargers one?
Yeah, you could have gone to the Eagles or the Lions.
He's LA, man.
He's an LA kind of guy.
He's so LA.
Yeah, with those capris and the sunglasses.
Yeah, for real.
I'm looking at him today in the social post that the Chargers put up. He's got his Louis glasses on. He's making the joke about this won't be a vape question, will it? He showed up the same way he showed up to the elbow room. You saw the picture they posted today, arm out the window. And I said to myself, man, I think I miss him a little bit. I'm not going to lie. I think I miss him just a little bit. Just a little
You're
bit.
going to say that about Tua one day, too. About halfway during next season, you're going to say that about Tua. When he's tearing it up for someone, you're going to say that about Tua.
If I do ever say that about Tua, I am going to denounce my Dolphins fandom because it's over for us. It's over.
Was that Mike McDaniel photo of him on the carousel riding the pony?
I think that was fake.
Was that AI?
I think that was fake. All right.
Damn,
we got to take a break. The 3:00 hour is coming up. We have to get to who got funky today. I want to tell you about my horse racing travails. I want to make sure Solana tells Gelby the Tony Romo story that he's got. We have to celebrate Tate Martell's birthday. I mean, this is a loaded Monday program, so do not go anywhere.
Tootsie's Cabaret is the largest strip club in the entire world. It's open from noon till 6 a.m. That's 18 hours of fun. I have been going there since 05, and you got to get over to Tootsie's. The food specials, $100 bottles, half-price drinks every single day till 8 p.m. There's 2 levels of entertainment. Ask them where Crowder's table is. Everybody knows I'm upstairs right there next to the wall. It is amazing. And when I talk about food, I'm not talking about a guy back there with some frying pan. I'm talking about a full restaurant. Steak and lobster, shrimp, they have it all. The chicken wings are amazing. Large sports bar in the back. They have pool tables, 4 spacious full liquor bars. Secure parking, man. You got to go to Tootsie's. Dozens of TVs everywhere. Football, basketball, MMA, UFC, baseball, hockey, soccer, any game you want to watch will be on one of these dozens of TVs. And when it goes to commercial break, I'm guaranteeing you there's going to be some talent on one of their multiple stages that they have at Tootsie's. You got to get to Tootsie's Cabaret. It is the best place right around the street from Hard Rock. You want the concerts, any games, pregame, postgame, a random Wednesday afternoon, Monday afternoon. They're open right now. Go on over to Tootsie's. I'm telling you, I guarantee you'll have a good time. If anybody comes in town, take them to Tootsie's. They'll have a good time. Go to TootsiesCabaret.com for more information.
You're listening to the Hoch, Crowder, and Solana Show.
Homer Simpson works with the Niners.
Today.
Alexander Volkanovski.
He is an animal.
Defends his belt at home in an explosive rematch against Diego Lopez.
You gotta be kidding me.
And the always dangerous Dan Hooker. Throws down with powerhouse Benoit St. Denis in a high-action lightweight showdown.
There's never been anything like this.
UFC 325, Saturday, January 31st, only on Paramount Plus.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply. The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text METER to 42424 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text METER to 42424. That's METER to 42424. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Pro athlete or not, you deserve pro-level orthopedic care. At Baptist Health Orthopedic Care, we've got an all-star team, including Dr. James Ross, orthopedic sports medicine surgeon and team physician for the Florida Panthers. Whether you're chasing your next victory or simply want to live pain-free, our expert team is here to provide you with exceptional care. And here's the best part. You don't have to be a pro to get treated like one. Visit BaptistHealth.net/ortho today and get back to doing what you love.
Save on best of season fruits at Whole Foods Market. Get Sumo Citrus for $3.49 per pound with Prime through January 27th. Celebrate citrus season with this sweet yet tart essential. While supplies last, shop in-store or online. Terms apply.
Shop our 80th anniversary sale at Edmore Sawgrass Chevrolet and drive a new 26 Silverado, just $279 a month. Chevy, together let's drive. Approved credit 36 months lease, $49.99 down, $10K annual miles, 0 security plus tax, tag title fees, dealer has details.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL or visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life: your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell and Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. Miami-Dade County, Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois. CordellCordell.com.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-390-1164. 800-390-1164. 800-390
We back at it with this daddy, Hotman, Crowder, and Solana. 305, cafecito time, dame una colada. Got some interviews next. Always got dope guests. Get the cesspool live, dropping comments and likes. We about to get right. Talking sports, my G. Listen to Odyssey and 104.3. Live and back on GeorgiaMusic.com. Hitting it at the park like a mad murder's bomb off power. Get ready for the 3 o'clock hour. Get ready for the 3 o'clock hour. Get ready for the 3 o'clock hour. Get ready for that 3 o'clock.
I'm ready for that 3 o'clock. That's our guy, Georgie. Follow him on social media, Georgie Music, JORGMUZIK. He puts out some bangers for Hochman, Crowder, and Solana, and it is always appreciated. So the Heat host the Bulls on Sunday. We are going to give away a pair of tickets every day this week. We will give away our first pair at 3:20 today, which means 19 minutes from now, if you are listening, you will have a chance to see Matas Buzelis, Josh Giddey.
That's the push.
Vooch. You might
Hawk?
catch a glimpse of Stacey King. I'm telling you, you're going to see Billy Donovan sit Buzelis with 5 or 6 minutes to go. No matter how good he's playing, he's not going to hit the over because Billy Donovan doesn't play him at the end of games. But
Billy
you will
D
have a
hates him.
chance to see the Bulls and the Heat Sunday at the Kaseya Center at 3:20 today. Josh Giddey back in the lineup.
Huge news. Crowder won't criticize Billy Donovan ever, though. That Florida just
This
homerism.
Billy
He's a
Donovan,
two-time national champion. I
he's
don't know.
costing me money left and right. He doesn't play boozy at the end of games.
He doesn't want to win.
Ridiculous. They're on a little bit of a heater, the Bulls. I can't complain.
People still care about the Bulls?
I can't complain. Hey,
Hawk
that's going to
does.
be our play-in game. So that's going to be the Heat's play-in game. They're 8-9, and that's it's going to work
the Heat
out
are
that
7
way.
today. The Heat
Oh,
are
they
7.
jumped? Okay.
Well, that's because Orlando didn't play yesterday. They do play tonight in Cleveland. With a win, they would jump Miami.
Bulls
again.
play the Lakers tonight. You get a little sneak preview of what's coming. They got 3 against the Heat and the Bulls play 3 times in a row.
Oh, really?
Because one of their games was postponed due to condensation on the court. And so they're going to play, 3 games in 4 nights?
Thursday night in Chicago, Saturday, Sunday in Miami.
Yeah. 3 games in a
Condensation?
row.
That's what they're saying?
Condensation.
Solana didn't have a little accident when he was doing the pregame?
No, it was in Chicago. It was in Chicago. It was a humid day in Chicago. It was ridiculous. Barry Jackson tweeted out, ACC Network has moved up ACC schedule release from 9 p.m. to 6 p.m. today. So at 6 p.m. today on ACC Network, we will know, Barry Jackson says, dates and times of 9 UM games.
How many high schools do they play?
He says will be interesting to see if ESPN or ABC schedule UM's ACC opener on Saturday or Labor Day night.
Yeah, but that is already out of the question because Florida A&M scooped the ACC schedule makers.
Really?
Florida A&M announced earlier today, and this is from Barry Jackson, by the way, that their game at Hard Rock Stadium against the Canes has been moved up 2 days to Thursday, September 10th, which would take the Canes out of the Labor Day slot.
Well, we love a Thursday night game on this show because that means a 1-hour show, fellas. So
hardworking crew we have here.
Let's go.
Thank you.
I go over those schedules.
Seems like that will be a remote day for you 3
I'm
knuckleheads.
like, give me a Panthers game in Finland every year. The 2 games in Finland that start at 2 in the afternoon. Yep. Sign me up for that.
Do you think Miami fans are excited about this schedule? Like, you lose to the national championship game. Do you think that they're really jonesing for the schedule right now?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
I feel like you gotta rip the Band-Aid off in a few. I don't need the schedule today if I'm just being transparent.
This guy's celebrating the Panther, the Patriots limping into the Super Bowl like, oh, that's all it takes. He goes, our team, they just played in the national championship. Well, you lost in the national championship.
But that's a compliment. You lost to the national championship. They had a very good season. I would just need a few more weeks of mourning. I mean,
Mourning?
weeks of
We had a
mourning.
terrific season. What are you talking about?
24-hour rule. happy or sad, you move on.
Move on. Did you learn nothing from Nick Saban?
Come on.
Anyway.
Well, that's you, a former player. Us true fans, it doesn't take only 24 hours to move on.
This was making the rounds on Twitter. People suggesting the next Dolphins quarterback could be on this list. These are quarterbacks with untapped upside, according to Twitter, that NFL teams should think about acquiring via trade or free agency. All right. Anthony Richardson.
No.
Malik Willis.
Has a shot.
Joe Milton.
Who?
Jameis Winston.
I'll take Jameis just for the fun.
Mitchell Trubisky.
Trubisky, no.
Mac Jones.
Can't do it.
Why?
I can't support Mac Jones. I can't root for him. I've said too many things negatively about him over my.
No one remembers that.
Yeah, I mean it happens.
You flush it.
I used to hate Dennis Rodman until he came to the Bulls. And all of a sudden,
they could bounce back.
Just take the Sid Rosenberg method. Everyone becomes your dear friend.
My dear friend.
Dear friend.
Tyson Bagent.
Ugh.
Oh, I love him.
What?
With the Bears, hit a little run.
Yeah.
he got glorified at the Wiener Circle afterwards.
The Pro Bowler, Shedeur Sanders.
Huh. Yeah. Oh, no.
Davis Mills.
Long neck.
Aiden O'Connell.
No.
Trey Lance.
No, I don't like Trey Lance.
Yeah.
Stetson Bennett.
Oh.
Spencer Rattler.
Not a fan of Rattler. Rattler's terrible.
Sam Howell.
No, thank you.
This show would be good for Sam
had a
Howell.
little run.
I feel like you guys would just be howling like a wolf or something like that on this show.
Sam had a run with the
Did
Commanders.
have a little run.
He had a run with the Commanders for a couple weeks.
Jalen Milroe.
No.
Will Levis.
No.
I think we've all got the shakes from him still, right?
Could get, though, a good Mayo partnership on this station.
And Marcus Mariota.
No.
Why not?
Untapped potential?
Yeah.
Untapped potential? He's been in the league for like 10 years.
Untapped potential.
You know what?
No,
He stinks.
Just like you know what you're getting from him. It'll be stable. He's not a dumpster fire, but you're not going to be great. But with I think with a first-year head coach, that could be an attractive signing.
You saying that about Mariota? It's my same argument for Jameis Winston.
I'm cool with that.
Oh, I would love Jameis.
You guys are all looking at this wrong. I heard something from Crowder last week, which I don't want to condone, but I think it's their best path. We just went through 9 or 10 names.
You are going to suggest keeping Tua.
Keep Tua, tank.
You
Arch
can't.
Manning.
But you,
Manning.
But
Can't
you're
tank
not.
with
You're
Tua.
not tanking with Tua.
Tua's going to be terrible next year.
No.
But you're not. You're not going to win 2 games with Tua as your quarterback. He's more talented than that.
You'll win 5 to 6 to 7 games with Tua, and you're just going to be unhappy the entire time doing it because of the nonstop pressure and criticism that he's going to face.
Well, also the inability to move. I am so in love with quarterbacks watching them run around and like even in the national championship game, watching Mendoza and you're like,
You like
my
that play?
God, like what did I like the play?
I'm just, me as a long-time Miami Hurricanes fan, I hate that play.
It's a terrible, I mean, obviously that we're going to remember that one for a long time, but to have a quarterback who can do that and then watch a quarterback who can't, which is Tua all season, man, did you realize? And I guarantee you, Mike McDaniel mutters to himself at night about having a quarterback who is completely immobile.
It's the new age of quarterbacking. Like you don't have to be. Everybody's lose to Mark Jackson and Josh Allen. You have to be, but you have to be able to extend the play because even Patrick Mahomes isn't athletic. He can extend the play. He can step up and move sideways. But to the Tua argument, because I did bring it up last week, Yelby. We bring Tua back, like you say, he's a 6-7 win quarterback. We're going to get Malik Willis to do what? To be worse than that?
And you're going to pay him.
Like these names you just read, what's the point of going to get those guys?
And not only that, here's the other point. We just assumed Tua could go in 6 or 7 games with the Dolphins, right? He's probably checked out. He knows the organization doesn't want him anymore. There's no way this new regime wants
How
it.
could you saddle a new coach, though, to Solana's point? Yeah. How could you saddle a new coach with a quarterback who's not mobile and doesn't want to be there anymore?
Because Stephen Ross is loyal to a fault sometimes. year one's a wash. It's an absolute wash.
It's one thing to say that. It's another thing to live through it as a first-year head coach and hear the criticism, because we can say that now. What's the day? January 26th. We could say that now all we want. Get to September and you have a brand new head coach and they're 0-3 and the quarterback stinks and people are calling for the backup. And even though Stephen Ross maybe told them privately, hey, don't worry about this season, it's a wash. It just doesn't work that way. Not in today's media age.
So can you keep Tua and bring in one of those backups? I think
you
can.
Could keep Tua as the backup.
I think you could keep Tua as the starter and then go to one of those backups. All those guys you just mentioned are backups.
And that's why there's no big names out there. And that's when I brought it up. It's like Malik Willis, Mac Jones, like, what was it, Slowick? That's the guy's name, the new OC. What can he do with Tua? But it's bad because he was here with Mike McDaniel and he knows Tua. But
Malik Willis, out of all those names that I just gave you, I think would be the most exciting and the potential for
that upside guy.
Yeah.
That's what
unless you still believe in Anthony Richardson.
I don't believe in Anthony Richardson. He gets hurt too
and
much.
He's injury prone.
And he stunk at Florida.
Yeah.
He was terrible at Florida. He should have never been the third overall pick.
But he's the guy. If you want to talk about untapped upside, if we're specifically talking about what the tweet said, Anthony Richardson has the most untapped upside of anyone in that list, other than maybe Malik Willis. Malik Willis still could be like, I don't know if he could be an elite level quarterback, but he's shown some flashes of that.
You know what he is like. He's a probably an average quarterback who could be a great backup and could probably be 20 to 25 in terms of the best quarterbacks in the league. And bro, sometimes that might be good enough to at the very least just hold you down for a year until you figure out other things. I really think, Gelb, I don't know if you feel the same. Sam Darnold is going to change the way a lot of front offices feel about the quarterback position. And I'm not diminishing what Sam Darnold did because he had a heck of a season and he probably played his best game ever yesterday. So he shut a lot of people up, including me. But he's not an elite quarterback. He's not. And we've been saying
he looked pretty elite yesterday.
Well, he did.
To me, man.
He did.
Not Trent Dilfer.
But how great?
Right.
But that's an outlier.
Right.
Like you could make a case.
But like, how far is he from? I mean, he's on the doorstep of elite this season.
You could make a case that he's a top 10 quarterback in this league, and you could win a
Super
Super Bowl.
What's elite?
He's Joe
top five?
Flacco. He's Joe Flacco.
I would say elite.
But to be elite, you have to be what? Top
I would
five?
say top three.
Top five
is elite. Top 5 is great.
Okay.
But my point is here. This is an outlier. Look at the last 20 years. You got to be, for the most part, Brady, Manning, Breeze, Roethlisberger, Mahomes, Rodgers to win a Super Bowl. Yes, is there a Nick Foles? Yes, is there a Jalen Hurts with an all-time great team? So, if you could build a great team and you put a competent quarterback in there, and Darnold finally was clutch in those moments, you could win a Super Bowl. But I don't think this is going to be copycat because Baker Mayfield, he got one of those 3 years, $100 million contracts. Teams still try to find a franchise quarterback early on in the draft. That's what they do.
And with this quarterback, are we trying to find someone to make the team as best as we could be to go to the playoffs, or just hold it down?
I think so. I don't think the Dolphins have any plans next season to not try to be as good as they possibly can be. I don't think that's any. I just have a tough time believing that would be their track, especially like for who? Are we really doing that for Arch Manning?
Played better at the end of the season.
Okay, played better.
And the pressure's going to be off of him this year.
He was awful, though, at the beginning of the season.
Sure, he was.
I could have played better by those standards by the end of the season. I'm just saying, like, this isn't one of those guys coming out where you go, yeah, I want to go 1-16 because this guy.
What happens if it's Julian saying? Like there's going to be other guys.
I understand that. I'm just saying, like, you don't know that going into this season. The track that, hey, they're going to just put garbage out there hoping that it's an epically bad season. I don't think that's the Dolphins' plan at all.
Tanked for Tua.
But I don't think they did tank for Tua.
But that was the saying. What are we tanking for?
Right.
The question.
Correct.
But did we know what Mendoza was going to be?
No.
I still don't trust
And you
him.
didn't know Burrow what he was going to be. We don't know what the quarterbacks are going to be, but this is my point. If the Dolphins, if you feel, and Solana feels like they could win 6 games this year, it's the worst spot to be in.
Sure.
I said this with the Patriots.
But it's who they are.
I'd rather be great or I'd rather suck. It's terrible when you're in no man's land where it's 6 or 8 wins. And sure, getting the quarterback in the first, second, or third pick isn't a guaranteed thing, but at least it gives you a shot. And right now, with the way that this team is constructed, what tangible thing could we point to say that this team's got a shot?
Oh, they don't have a shot.
None.
But I don't think they're epically bad either.
But or you think they're closer to the first pick, or do you think they're closer to a wild card game?
Oh, first pick. For
I don't
sure.
know. It depends who the quarterback is next season.
Oh, it's the first pick.
They're not epically bad.
They're not losing 11 more than 11 games. They're going to be 6-11.
But the rest of the league is very good.
You have to be epically bad to be in the conversation for the number 1
2 and
pick.
15, 1 and 16.
You're lucky the Jets are in this division.
Hold on a second. Yeah. You guys are forgetting something. The Dolphins this year almost lost to the Commanders in Spain. I mean, they needed overtime, and they got lucky. They almost lost to the Saints, who should have beaten them. Chris Olave dropped the touchdown pass in the end zone. There were so many games this year, and you could do it the other way too.
Right.
Devon Achane steps out against New England. I'm just showing you that there's examples of the Dolphins this year winning 6-7 games, almost losing 3 or 4 of those games, and they could have been in the conversation.
But
bad.
You watched epically bad teams this season. The Jets, the Raiders. Like, you watched epically bad teams.
Hawk,
they're not bad, man.
I'm with you, but their cap situation is hell, especially if they get rid of Tua. And how many guys are they losing this year and probably not going to pay because they won't have the resources to? The amount of position groups that they have to literally rebuild from the ground up, not considering the fact that PFF rated their rookie class the worst in the NFL.
That was wild. Did you see that?
How could you say that they're not close to being epically bad?
By a wide margin, the PFF grades for the entire the draft class, was so far to the bottom, it was comical, which is obviously an argument for Chris Greer no longer being here.
Come on, Sully. Let's do
Come
something.
on,
But
Sully.
Kenneth Grant never played. Saviaya, whatever, was one of the worst guards, worst
He had to have
linemen in
graded. I think
football.
he graded out as one of the worst rookies in the entire class. No.
Yeah.
Do you guys think Jalen Waddle's on this team next year?
Yes, I think he's wide receiver 1. Yeah.
Because my conversation I mentioned I had with Ty Dunn, I asked him about that Jalen Waddle possible trade to the Bills and how it was that debate on what year the first round pick. He goes, I don't think it was ever that close as what they made it seem to be. He thought the Dolphins were just pulling along the Bills to get somebody else to bite, to say, hey, this is what the Bills are going to use. So I'm just curious if Waddle's
I think
there.
he's here. I think Achane is here. I don't think Tyreek will be here.
Because you saw what Darren Muji did with the Jets. Yes, they extended Garrett Wilson. That's a wide receiver. But walked in, traded Quinnen Williams for a first, somehow got 2 first-round picks for Sauce Gardner, who looks like he's lost in the sauce whenever he plays coverage these days. And they got extra picks. The Jets have 5 first-round picks in the next 2 drafts. Like, if I'm the Dolphins, maybe you trade Waddle, as good as he is, to get more picks.
I'm not a huge Waddle fan. Me and Solana's been going at it for years.
He thinks Waddle's a Toyota Tercel, which is just wildly disrespectful.
They would say we have all these Ferraris. I was like, Ferrari and Tyreek. There's no more Ferraris out here. Do the Tercel.
All right,
But also, they don't have a quarterback.
Let's do headlines. Let's do headlines so we don't get too far behind. We'll do headlines and get to the other stuff that we want to get to. Headlines brought to you by Durrell Kia, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit them at Durrell Kia or DurrellKia.com.
Your Super Bowl is set in Santa Clara.
Heat tickets in 2 minutes.
Yep. Not
Dos
this
minutos.
Sunday.
Dos minutos.
I saw a good video of you, by the way.
Well, thank you very much.
Imitating the Heat announcer?
Yeah, that's right.
That was
2
AI.
minutes.
That was
Dos
AI.
minutos. Was it really?
No. We're making AI of me.
Well,
what am I not available?
Well, no offense. There was other big stars that were in that video, so maybe. Getting Channing to do something that was for free was surprising. I thought it was AI.
Hey, can you jump on Hawk? No, avocado toast time.
See if you can generate me.
Couple head coaching news notes here. The Dolphins' former defensive coordinator Anthony Weaver is going to meet with the Arizona Cardinals for their head coaching vacancy. The Cardinals and the Browns are just waiting and taking their old sweet time.
It's so somebody else backed out on the
Udinski.
Browns.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Jaguars offense. He's 30. I'm older than him.
You should send out a press release that you're withdrawing your name from consideration from the Cleveland Browns head coaching job.
You know what? Let's record a video during the break. I think we can get this thing to go. Like Dove Kleiman's gonna be like breaking news. Channing Crowder. Horrific act.
Talking to, I don't want that job.
You're holding a beer.
Yes, you would.
We didn't even call
They pay you about $8 to $10 million a year. You take it.
Oh, I take it.
You're a money whore.
Hearing that it's
There's
8 to 10
strippers that don't like
million,
money as much as you do.
Reconsidering now that I found out the
Where'd
salary.
you get that number from?
It
Gil?
is 3:20. Let's give away some Heat tickets. We'll have another pair tomorrow, and I will tell you tomorrow what time we're going to do it when you tune in at 2 p.m. tomorrow. Heat host the Bulls on Sunday, and we've got a pair of tickets right now. What caller number would you like to take, Crowder?
11.
Caller 11, the number he plays on roulette all the time.
My default number.
Caller number 11, 305-567-0560, 305-567-0560. Caller number 11 is going to see the Heat and Bulls this Sunday at the Kaseya Center. And again, if you don't win right now, you will have another chance tomorrow on the program. Anything else in the headlines?
Just your local notes. The Heat, they went 2-0 over the weekend. Their next 5 games versus Orlando, at Chicago, versus Atlanta. Literally, those are the 4 teams with the Heat included currently in the play-in standings. The Heat went 3-2 over the road trip. If they can go with an above 500 record here, it would push them ahead in the standings.
All right.
Over those teams. And the Panthers, they're now within 3 points of the Bruins for the final wild card spot in the East. 31 games left, including tomorrow, will be out at the Emirates Bank Arena. 17 of those 31 are on the road. Utah tomorrow, live from the ABA, will be there.
I know this is going to sound like an old favorite that we used to play all the time, but I think they have games in hand as well. So, all right.
We're back, baby.
They got a chance for the vagina, too.
Something you've never experienced.
That's not what your wife told me last night.
Your weather in South Florida, partly cloudy tonight. The lows are dropping in the mid-70s.
Things have gotten dicey here, to say the least. Zach Gelb is in studio with us till 6 o'clock today. Championship Meet Energy is nonstop at Gulfstream Park with live racing every Thursday through Sunday. Feel the thrill of the season's biggest moments, including the Holy Bull Stakes, where rising stars and seasoned champs take center stage. We had such a great time Friday. I'm going to talk about it in a second. We had such a great time Friday at Gulfstream Park. But coming up this weekend, the Holy Bull Stakes. And, of course, you know Gulfstream Park also offers the hottest slots and electronic table games and combines the excitement of casino gaming with the thrill of thoroughbred racing in one electrifying destination. So the Holy Bull Stakes is coming up this Saturday. Experience the thrill as the top 3-year-olds make their season debut in this pivotal prep race, setting the tone for an unforgettable championship meet. On Saturday, it's also Taste at the Track, tacos and tequila. Enjoy a variety of Latin-inspired dishes paired with your favorite premium tequilas and handcrafted cocktails. The Flamingo Room, located on the 3rd floor of Gulfstream Park, boasts one of the best views in South Florida. Another great place to watch the Holy Bull is 10 Palms, which is where we did the show on Friday. And man, thank you to everyone at Gulfstream Park who made Friday's broadcast such a fun afternoon. Like I said, I'll talk about it a little bit more. Get your Holy Bull Stakes tickets and your Taste of the Track tickets right now at GulfstreamPark.com.
This is Hoch, Crowder, and Solana.
I'd like to officially go on record. I am wearing underwear today.
Today.
We ever give this to DBJ?
Oh, I
Stop,
think we
drop, shut him down. Like, we ever give that to him?
Yeah, we did.
Did he do it?
Yeah.
He did.
All right.
I messed up and played this song for Chaz, but I didn't put
Like
clean.
the unedited version?
I didn't put clean on, and that verse gets a little spicy.
A little dicey.
That's fine.
Is that your son, Chaz?
The
Well,
5-year-old.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't.
He doesn't understand it.
Time.
Yes, he does. Daddy, that's a bad word. That's another bad word, Daddy. That's another bad word, Daddy.
Let us, before we forget, I want to celebrate Tate Martell's birthday. He's 28 today, and no other station can celebrate Tate Martell's birthday quite the way that we can.
Guaranteed.
In fact, someone had texted in when we were talking about the Dolphins. I was saying, hey, I think they're closer to a wild card than being a number 1 overall draft pick. Somebody texted in and goes, Hoch said we'd be in the playoffs this year at 11-6 or 12-5. Listen, if you don't know, after a decade in afternoon drive and 20 years in Miami doing this, that I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, you need no further proof than when Tate Martell was the big signing, the off-season signing. Was there even a transfer portal back then, or he just kind of was transferring?
He was transferring.
Yeah.
He entered his paperwork to transfer out of Ohio State. And the reason this was such a big deal,
Right.
it was approved by the NCAA that he wouldn't have to miss a year.
Right. So he was going to be eligible to play. And my thought was, hey, even if you're third string, if you're a quarterback on the roster at Ohio State, you can play ball. So I said, this guy, this Tate Martell is going to be something special. And I went on and on for weeks.
Yep.
And then he played like, what, a couple of series? And
he threw one pass.
The pass that he did throw looked more like a balloon that had gotten away from a toddler than, say, a dart.
It was bad.
So
It's
here,
like Crowder's 5-year-old. That balloon got away. He said, "Oh, truck!" After this weekend, listening to Crowder's music.
here is my celebration of Tate Martell, who I thought was going to be the next great Miami quarterback. Solana ended up putting together a little montage, but happy birthday, Tate Martell. All right, so again, the NCAA has approved the waiver, so Tate Martell will be eligible. My guess is he's your starting quarterback.
Yeah.
And so we'll talk about that. Some good, big news for the University of Miami. We'll discuss it again next. My guess is Tate Martell is the quarterback August 24th in Orlando when the Canes open against Florida. It's why they went out and got him. I think it kind of falls into what? Manny Diaz, the new Miami? Like, everything is new, including the quarterback. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that kind of falls into his whole thing. And he went out there, and he got him in the transfer portal, and now he's cleared to play.
I'm
and Tate
excited about him
Martell,
again,
I would
just
say,
listening to him.
barring anything ridiculous in spring practice, I would say he's the guy to beat. Well, I would say this. If you do want to tank next year and you're the Miami Dolphins, perhaps consider Tate Martell.
He ain't winning 6.
These are his official stats in 2 seasons with the Miami Hurricanes. 1 pass attempt, completion, 7 yards in a bowl game against La Tech that the Canes lost 14-0 in.
Nailed it.
He couldn't even get on the field.
Crowder, by the way,
one of my
'cause
worst takes.
I feel like Hawk's looking at the Tate Martell Wikipedia page, and I think also you're getting it from Solana right now. I'll give you all the money in my wallet, Crowder, if you could tell me after Miami, where did Tate Martell go to?
I'm not, by the way, so I don't know. I
Prison.
don't know. Because who was the guy that ended up at Wisconsin after he left here?
Tyler Van Dyke.
Van Dyke.
Yeah.
I think he's playing again this year because then he tear his ACL.
Stop it. He's got to be 38 years old.
He's a super duper senior.
Tate Martell after
He kept playing football?
Yeah.
He had 1 year.
I'm going to say
nowhere big. Western Kentucky.
Evansville.
Mm-mm.
Where'd he go? I have no idea.
UNLV.
UNLV.
Oh, did he play?
No.
He appeared in only 2 games with 1 pass attempt during the 2021 season due to injury.
Oh, but that's, that's consistent with his stats.
He is, according to Wikipedia, in January of 2022, he announced he retired from football.
Oh, no, Tate.
So the Dolphins can't even get him.
No, well, you wouldn't win a lot of games if he's there.
I'm just saying, if he retired from football.
Who would you rather have as your starting quarterback next year? Tua Tagovailoa or Tate Martell?
Well, let's throw Tyler Van Dyke into the mix. Somebody says he's at is he at SMU right now?
Yes.
Stop it.
What's he doing?
He's playing quarterback.
Tyler Van Dyke is still
the guy from. He was here with somebody that went to SMU and he followed him there.
No, it's the head coach of SMU. That's
Rhett Lashley?
Right, Rhett Lashley.
And they
he's
love each other.
24 years old.
Yeah, because Kevin Jennings is the quarterback there. He's been very good the last 2 years.
Yeah, he's good.
I mean, it makes sense to
But
me.
he didn't play in any games last season, though.
His backup then.
It makes sense to me that Van Dyke gets another year of eligibility because he tore his ACL. So he lost an entire season based on the fact that he didn't play.
But I don't.
Oh my God, Tyler Do you know what he looks like these days? That doesn't look like a quarterback, guys.
What you're saying? His face is too puffy.
He looks like he could be Larry the Cable Guy's brother.
He's a little heavy man. It's
Lighter than Tua.
stability.
I know Pot calls the kettle black there, talking about someone's appearance, but jeez,
He has a stable body.
he's a red shirt. Oh my God.
What else did I want to get to today? Inbox. That's my new horse from Little Red Feather. So Friday we did the show at Gulfstream Park.
Yep.
Your wife was in heaven, and I was in heaven because I love watching new people to horse racing embrace it. And your wife embraced it. She's been out there with us before, but she took it more seriously than I had ever seen her take it before.
He was taking notes on the way home.
Yeah.
Highlighted winning percentage and where there's a pre-race that they're numbering the pre-races somewhere on the sheet.
So
I'm like, what's going on
great.
here?
She was so into it. We had a great time. The Pegasus on Saturday set records. It was unbelievable. And did you see who started it all off at the Pegasus? Who the celebrity? It's not the starter like they do at, but it's the
Kentucky
celebrity
Derby?
something. Yeah, it was Mark Wahlberg
Oh wow.
was there. Yeah.
Oh.
Patriot fan.
But anyway, he is a Patriots
Fugazi
fan.
Patriot fan.
Everything comes back to the Patriots with you.
He
How
left
does a
halftime
guy-
of the 28-3 Super Bowl.
How does a guy from New York become a Patriots fan?
Very simple. My dad worked on Sundays. My next door neighbor was my uncle, who's from Framingham, Massachusetts. And his childhood best friend growing up as a kid, who's like, you call someone family that's not really your family, was a lady by the name Rhonda, who went on to marry Andre Tippett.
Oh, that's funny.
So you're a bandwagon fan.
You're a
is what I'm
Patriots fan
hearing.
because of Andre Tippett.
Basically.
That's funny.
I put it on Rhonda.
All right.
And you could thank my family for Andre Tippett being one of the great Jewish players to make the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Well, anyway.
Simon Tov and Mazel Tov.
So we go, Little Red Feather is the horse racing syndicate. You've met Gary before, and we've been talking about Little Red Feather forever. Remember, I invested in a horse called Billy Big, who's from Ireland. So we go to dinner. We go to Billy Stonecrab. I go with Little Red Feather and the Ticket Wizard. We go to Billy Stonecrab after Gulfstream on Friday. And they've got a horse running the following day at Santa Anita. And his name is Inbox. And he says, we've got about 1% left of Inbox. And I said, okay, I'll take it. I'll take the 1% of Inbox.
Wow.
So I'm watching the race on Saturday from Santa Anita. It was the 5th race. He was the number 6 horse. Dude put the gas on down the stretch. Now, I will tell you, he went off as the favorite, so they were expecting good things out of him. But Inbox, in my first race as a very small percentage owner, won. And so I've got another winner with Little Red Feather, and we can all play along together. You know how much I love Little Red Feather and the idea of owning a little bit of a piece of a horse, which is what Little Red Feather does. But the note that they sent out to shareholders is, it was a $63,000 race, by the way, of which I'm going to get 1%. But they say Inbox will likely return to the track early this week. And as stated yesterday, we will likely point her to the $100,000 China Doll Stakes, which is for 3-year-old fillies, Sunday, March 8th at Santa Anita. So we will follow along, Little Red Feather fans and Hochman fans. Inbox runs in March, hopefully, at Santa Anita, and we're hoping for good things in this $100,000 race.
You are better at identifying horses than you are quarterbacks, is what I take from this segment.
Well, I don't know.
100%.
I don't know if you know my horse history as well. My horse history is very similar to my Tate Martell take. I think I may have gotten lucky here with Inbox.
You identified Secretariat back in the day, I was told. That's what a horse source told me.
Secretariat and Affirmed. I was a big believer in Affirmed before anybody else.
That was a long time Triple Crown wait.
Yeah, how about
Now,
that?
I have a great social media idea for this show because I've seen this before. There's like celebrity jockeying. You guys, Jimmy, Solana, Crowder, and you should go out to the track and be celebrity jockeys, and you should see who could win.
Oh, how about we just race against an actual thoroughbred?
Oh. Didn't Chad Johnson do
I
that?
watched Solana race against Crowder the other day at the college football playoff thing.
I was confused by that video because you guys did Crowder win?
No.
Yeah, Crowder won by a lot.
But on the video, it looked like Solana was right there and
he
faster than you.
He was. But what happened was, if you watch the video, because I was taping it from behind, and so I didn't give a good angle of where they were. Crowder stared at him while they ran the whole way, and then when they got right to the end, Crowder just turned on the afterburners.
Not true.
Solana
It didn't look like that in the video.
I know. But if you look at it, you'll see Crowder is running and just looking at him and smiling.
He was worried.
And Solana is got his
Crowder
arms
knows.
up in some weird way.
That's the worried face.
He was worried.
That was my worried face.
He was worried.
What we should do, though, is, and I brought this up, remember a few months ago about getting our own horse with Little Red Feather, where we all go in, and I was asking, like, there's certain guys who we know who will go in, and we should all buy a horse together. But I want to name it Avocado Toast. So
not Tate Martell?
Tate Martell or Avocado Toast. No, I want to name
Abella Danger for
Abuela Danger, maybe. I want to name it Avocado Toast. I want to put together a horse racing investment group with Little Red Feather.
Can I touch your horse?
If you fly out to California and go to Santa Anita, you're more than welcome to.
Really? Like just, I'm asking, like being the owner, like a percentage owner, like that's I can go.
You absolutely
give it a
you
carrot.
can watch him train or her train in this case. You can go to the winner's circle and take the photo. Like you get all the anyone who's an owner gets all the things that come along with it.
You can brush it.
You can brush the horse.
Brush the tail.
I'm not working. I just want to play with the horse's face for a little bit.
What will be more successful? Crowder running Crowder Powder or you as a horse owner?
Well, I would say Crowder Powder is probably more successful at this point. But I did when Billy Big ran, remember his first race, he came in second. Actually, he won.
I was gonna say you have an early start in your
early
horses.
start,
Yeah.
and then obviously you go up in competition. But Billy Big won his first race, came in second, I believe, the race after that, and then kind of fell off. But I've had other horses too that just haven't gone anywhere, done anything. That's why Inbox was so exciting, because the way the race was running, it was like, it looks like he's got some horse left, but man, is there going to be enough at the end? And I'm telling you, it was like every horse just was standing in mud as Inbox came down the stretch. It was crazy. It was a crazy race. Anyway, that was my fun night with Little Red Feather at Billy's Stone Crab. By the way, excellent stone crabs there at Billy's.
Yeah, it is.
You don't eat stone crab. Do you eat stone crab?
Love stone crabs.
Yeah. Solana will not eat stone crab.
Yeah, he eats them with a fork and a knife, I hear.
Oh, I got a picture of him eating stone crabs.
Who, Solana?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You brought him in once.
What's that? No, I got a picture of him eating the stone crab at Joe's.
At Joe's?
And he just looks weird how he's putting it in his mouth.
Did you eat him at Joe's? I thought that you had the chicken.
I tried it, but I had to take some medicine right before, knowing that I'd get an allergy, a breakout. I'm allergic to fish, Gelb.
Well, he's not allergic to
all
fish.
seafood.
He's not allergic to seafood. He just doesn't like it.
Eddie from Joe's actually called me after Solana went there and said,
Keep
never
this guy
allow
away
him
from us.
back into our institution again.
Yeah, keep this guy away from us. Anyway, we had a good time there, and we had a great time at Gulfstream Park on Friday. And I don't know if you guys saw any of the Pegasus, because it was on, I think NBC does the coverage. It was that place is like insane. I mean, you saw it on Friday.
It was crazy.
That Saturday was insane. It's nice to see when there's horse races that generate a lot of action and and a lot of activity. All right, we got a lot of stuff to get to still. I want to talk more with you, Gelby, about what's going on in the NFL. Zach Gelb is sitting in with us till 6 o'clock today. Nice weather here, huh? I mean, you got to say to yourself,
why am I here? I could be at the pool today.
You got it.
Getting tan.
But you could be in New York today just as easy.
Yes.
And that would not be any fun. But Zach Gelb is with us till 6 o'clock today. Zach. He hosts the Zach Gelb Show on 365 Sports. He's also the studio host for NFL and college basketball on Compass Media Networks, but he joins us every week on the show, usually on Wednesdays. But because he got snowed in, couldn't get back to New York, I said, oh, you come sit in with us for 4 hours today. And he's done the first hour and 45 minutes and had the time of your life. It's got to feel different, doing your network show where you're alone. I know you have producers, but to fill a program, and then all of a sudden there's 5 guys in here and everybody's just kind of chopping it up together. That's got to be like a different feeling for you radio wise.
I'm stealing money today. It's easy. I don't have to give that many opinions. I'm sitting here, big bag of cash, right?
Imagine doing 3 or 4 hours where you're just talking to yourself.
Well, I did the studio show on NFL Sundays for 3 years, 8 hours.
But you're reacting off like you're live reacting off the game.
It's still 8 hours.
Yeah. That's a
I send it to network.
That's
if Hoch ever goes off and Solana can't make
answer.
I tell everybody go to network.
I mean, Gelb will interview the Boston College assistant coach. That's basically like sending it to network.
He's network though. That's exactly who you're sending it
I've
to.
probably sent it to you before because you're network.
He is network.
No, probably,
Hey, Hoch.
That's his fail safe, man.
Hoch logged off. Solana's not picking up. Well, go to network.
Go to Gelb. Go yell about something, that bloviating jackass.
Go to network.
4 o'clock hour is coming up. I want to tell you about my good friends and the amazing award-winning team at Doral Kia. Whenever you want a low price, you always pay less with your Pricito at Doral Kia. You know my son, we bought him his Kia K4 at Doral Kia. Mitchell, the king of Kias. He will take great care of you just like he took great care of the Hochmans. Take advantage of a Pricito now on all your favorite new Kia models like a Sportage, Sorento, Telluride, K5 Soul, and more. Don't wait. Hurry to Doral Kia today. Don't miss your chance to save on a new Kia or shop any of their pre-owned vehicles with easy financing, fast service, and the best value for your money because you always pay less with your Pricito at Doral Kia.
This is Hoch, Crowder, and Solana.
Everything that comes out of my mouth is generally wrong.
PM and we back on the clock, so don't get cutesy. Dog lead the station unlocked. We got the sports talk and the drama to make sure the T clock. WQAM is the Avengers with no weak spot. For Joe Rose, Woody Bo, Omar and more, Tobin and Leroy giving boosters galore. Yeah, for 2 to 6 is reserved for 3 legends. The captains of America, not no Chris Evans. For Spritz to McRibs and calling out game scores. Hotman, Crowder, Solana, get ready for some more.
Ready for the 4 o'clock hour on Hochman, Crowder, and Solana. We'll play some Who Got Funky this hour and get some headlines from Solana. First, though, we'll start with 15 minutes of Heat, brought to you by Durrell Kia, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit them at Durrell Kia or DurrellKia.com. We know they won a couple over the weekend. There's a funny email, Solana, to Ask Ira in the Sun Sentinel, and it just says, so they're on a run, and Tyler Hero's coming back. And Ira says, let's not do that. First, winning 3 of 4 games is hard, which he's diminishing a little bit. Winning 3 of 4, that's fine. Second, we're still not sure what happens next with Tyler Hero's rib issue. But as Norman Powell's numbers go down, it is clear the Heat need another scoring wing. And that is one aspect where Tyler consistently has delivered. So I'll ask you, Solana, I wonder what is the vibe of Heat Nation? And I don't know when Tyler's coming back, to be honest, but they're on a little bit of a heater here. It would be terrible if he came back and they start losing again.
Well, I think you have to look at Norm, who's on the injury report every game, and he fights through it and he plays. And Heat fans are seeing that. A guy on a contract year who we got for peanuts come here and have the better season. And then you look at Tyler, and by the way, the most frustrating part about it, the reason he's been out is like the weirdest things. He had a bone in his foot he didn't even know about. He missed the first 30 games. Then he comes back, toe contusion, and now rib contusion. Like, they're just weird injuries. Yeah, Hawk, the vibe is people are just annoyed with Tyler. And you know what? If he comes back, and they lose a couple games, that's the narrative.
I mean, it's going to be...
It's the narrative.
Because contusion means bruise.
Right.
Isn't it? It's a synonym for bruise.
Yeah, but when Bam had a toe contusion earlier in the season, I kind of scoffed at it, and you were telling me, Solana, that's a legit injury.
I thought it was worse than a toe contusion, though.
No, he had a toe contusion.
Are you sure?
No.
100%.
And you have a toe contusion, by the way.
He had a sprained toe.
His ring toe fell off.
I almost threw up last week when I was watching the stream.
Oh, I love to put my feet up on the stream.
What are you doing there?
What are you talking about?
It's like a little seal paw.
It's the worst.
Oh, I have great feet. That's
Rex
why
Ryan texted me, said he liked those toes.
That's why I like to show my feet on the stream. That's probably
I was
my best,
shocked. I was mortified.
It's my best attribute.
I have nightmares.
I'm with you, Jimmy.
I can't sleep at night.
It's like a little
hate.
playing card. It's all even.
Little Vienna sausages.
Beautiful. I have beautiful feet. Oh, and I'm in studio like this. People don't see them, but it's only when I'm home.
I actually vividly remember once I was interviewing Coach Prime before I came on this show. Right after I came on.
What made you think of this?
The toe conversation. And Channing goes, "You could ask him about his feet." It was right when he got like 2 or 3 toes amputated.
Crowder gave him a bleep about his feet on the pivot. Didn't he?
No toes.
Yeah.
He used to be fast. Can't run now.
Crowder's whole family has
He beat
diabetes.
Solana in the 40.
Oh, Prime could beat
problem.
Solana in the 40 still.
There's very few people that Solana could beat in a 40. We saw him race. How's your groin? How's your hammy?
Still bruised.
Anyway, the Heat have what coming up this week?
The Magic on Wednesday, at Chicago Thursday. That's the makeup game. Chicago Saturday, Sunday versus Atlanta the following week. So those are their next 5 games.
And just quickly about Tyler, because Solana follows this. You do the pregame, postgame. Is this like is he on the way out? Is this his exit tour now? Because they win when he doesn't play.
And I've told you guys this. The trade deadline's coming up. Tyler wants an extension. The Heat didn't give it to him this past offseason. Remember, he was up for a max extension. They could have given it to him this past offseason. They didn't. He's going to want it next year. And I don't want to speak out of turn and just assume things, but how much of him not being available is because they didn't give him the extension. I'm just asking questions. I don't know.
It's fair. I think it's a
Yeah.
fair question.
yeah.
I think he probably might be at the point where he's like, every year I'm in trade conversations, even when I was balling. Every year I'm in trade conversations. They have a chance to do me right now. They chose not to.
Yeah.
I'm not going to put my health on the line for I mean, I get it. I'm not suggesting that that's true. I know you aren't either, but it would
It's
make
a fair,
some
it's a fair
sense.
question.
Yeah.
It makes me think about Giannis, who wants to leave. They know he wants to leave. The Bucks are terrible, and he goes out there and messes his ankle up for no reason, getting the hell beat out of him in the fourth
But
quarter.
Giannis has leverage. Unfortunately, right now, Tyler doesn't. And Hoch, to your point, he can say, even when I'm balling, you guys are still going to do me like this. But the reality is, even when he had his best season, the Heat had the most lopsided loss in the history of the playoffs.
Yeah.
I'm sick of Giannis, by the way.
Me too.
In what way? I love him.
The year in and year out drama that he allows to go on. And I was once connected to this. I did a push 4 or 5 years ago when the league stepped in and did selective tampering over like when the Bucks tried to sign Bogdanovich, whichever one Bogdanovich is, like 4 of them in the league. I forget which one. I think he ended up going to the Magic. And I did this like huge rant against the NBA and keep the Greek freak, sign the Supermax, where the president of the Bucks actually heard it and called me and thanked me for the support because everyone's trying to get Giannis out of the small market. We're at a point now where for the last 4 or 5 years, he's been allowing all this drama to go on. And then in the offseason, he'll do an interview with the foreign paper where he's not going to go. And then it comes out, oh, he wanted to get traded to the Knicks. Like, you either want to be there or you don't. Make up your damn mind and pick a side.
But I think he's been pretty clear. I want to be here. Just put winning teammates around me.
Then there wouldn't be constant reports from Shams Charania that he's not happy with the situation.
If Giannis wanted out, he'd be out. He's one of those guys who has enough power in the NBA to mandate a trade.
Here's what
period, end of story. If he wanted out, he'd be out.
Here's what's happening right now. He wants out, but he doesn't want to be the bad guy.
Well, what's wrong with that? If that is the fact, what's wrong with that?
Well, hey, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of exactly Damian Lillard. Where Damian Lillard sat there for
no. But Damian Lillard told you when he got to the point of I want out, he made it very clear. He made the mistake of saying exactly where he wanted to go and played nice guy and ended up being traded to Milwaukee. But Giannis could easily say, yes, I want out. He's got that power. He could force a trade right now. He could have forced a trade in the offseason. He can force a trade in the upcoming offseason. And if he doesn't want to not be the good guy, what's wrong with that also?
Because we're at a constant impasse here.
Who's at a constant impasse?
Hawk,
if he don't want to
out
be there,
he's out there literally mailing it in. He's booing his own fan base.
Yeah.
Oh, he was, but that was in jest.
No, it wasn't.
I'm sorry.
It's not.
You do that in New York, we're booing you out of town.
Of course.
Such
that means something different in his country.
It's Greece.
I mean, that was like honestly like a comic strip. Boom.
No, Hawk, you're
Silly.
downplaying the constant
He's been an
chatter
ass.
coming out of Milwaukee,
But
and
the
his
constant chatter
moping
is coming from someone else, and he should be moping. They stink.
Yeah.
He's great. They stink. What's wrong with that?
He's an MVP. He's a champion, and he's not happy with what they put around him. He's not complaining about the city. He's complaining about his teammates.
Right.
And some people aren't built like Dame and like LeBron and like those guys. LeBron would complain his way out of anything.
I would like to be liked. I'd also like to have a really good competitive team here in Milwaukee. That's what he would like.
But it also shows you why players shouldn't be GMs. They have gone out of their way to genuflect, as they should, to Giannis Antetokounmpo, because the life of their franchise depends on him being there. So they wanted to keep Chris Middleton. They won a championship together. Fine. After that, they brought in Dame. Dame unfortunately gets hurt. The big move he wanted this offseason was Miles freaking Turner. They get him Miles Turner, and this guy's still bitching that he isn't happy. Like, what is he going to? They're nowhere close to competing.
But who's bitching? I haven't heard
Giannis is.
Where?
To Shams Charania, his camp's using him.
Not only that,
it's so obvious.
Hawk, how could you possibly downplay the fact that every other day Shams has a report about Giannis not being happy with the situation in Milwaukee, which, by the way, he's already said publicly himself going back to this summer. Every other day there's a situation, and every other day he's in the locker room. He could easily downplay all the narratives by saying, I will not leave Milwaukee. I'm happy here. I'm not happy with the situation, but I'm
happy in Milwaukee, and he could just as easily say, trade me, and he doesn't.
Because he doesn't want to be the bad guy.
What's wrong with that?
And at some point, if you're going to mope and if you're going to continue to put your agent in a position where you're sending rumors,
that's the agent's job.
But
that's the agent's job. What do you mean put him in a position? That's literally the agent's job.
But if he wasn't happy, if he was truly happy, the agent wouldn't be doing this stuff.
Obviously.
How could he be happy being an 11 seed in the East?
Giannis has one foot in, one foot out.
But
he has one foot in,
because
one
they're
foot
the
out.
11 seed.
He's there. He's on a terrible team. He's unhappy, but Solana keeps saying
This
it's
stuff's
bad
been
thing.
going on
He
for 4
doesn't-
or 5 years.
He doesn't
Because
want to
they
be the
can't
bad guy,
compete.
and they're not putting nothing around him. But he doesn't want to just flat out say, "I don't like Milwaukee," because he does. Obviously,
He likes
does.
Milwaukee. He wouldn't be
Just
there if he didn't.
Build a team. Dame was there. Then he tore his knee up.
Yeah.
He tore his Achilles, whatever.
Yeah.
Like they tried to. I'm with you on the players being the GM because LeBron brings people in all the time that can't play with, and then he complains about the team. He
Rodgers was the same way too.
Who's that?
Aaron Rodgers.
Oh yeah.
I remember when he did that speech in Green Bay, and all those players he mentioned that the Packers got rid of. They all sucked after they left Green Bay.
Also, I mean, he dictated who went to the Jets, and it was terrible.
Terrible. Best GM's Dwayne Wade. He put together the big three. Heard that story 100 times. But
fair.
no,
Is
I
Dwayne
don't know
Wade
why
more important than Pat Riley?
people get. I don't know if LeBron. I don't know why people get upset with athletes that don't want to be butt wipes when they're unhappy.
Right, that's the
So
weird
they
part. So,
complain or don't
so
complain.
you want Giannis to do something that's anti his personality. His personality is nice guy, enjoys life, can't believe what he's gotten in riches from America. You want him to satiate your needs somehow, to say, I want to be traded right now. Period. End of story. I don't want you to hear it from my agent who's supposed to do it. I want you to hear it from me. Boo Milwaukee. Boo the organization. I want to be traded.
No, I want Giannis to come to Miami.
That shuts Hawk up real quick.
Well, that's what he wants out of all this. He doesn't really have a horse in the race when it comes to Giannis, because everything that he's suggesting Giannis do is to do what? For your convenience?
Yeah, you asked me what I wanted. Yeah, I want Giannis to come to Miami, and I'm sick and tired of reading Giannis reports. Hey, Giannis, figure it out. You're not happy in Milwaukee. I get you. They haven't done a good job.
Happy in Milwaukee.
He's not happy in Milwaukee.
He wants to be in Milwaukee with a winning team.
He wants to be in New York, but he can't go to New York because they don't have the assets to trade for him. So guess what? Miami's got the beaches. Miami's got the awesome Greek food. Miami's got the bitches. He's got to come to Miami.
Can you say that on the radio like that?
You're doing a completely different take on what your take was on Giannis there.
Well, you asked me what I wanted. I want him in Miami.
No, but what you were saying you wanted was for Giannis to stop wanting to be liked.
I mean, it's
a
not
ridiculous
that you
criticism
can
of
just
someone.
Take a position. You want out of Milwaukee? Fine. Go tell the front
He
office,
has
hey.
told you his position that he wants to stay in Milwaukee.
Yeah, but he doesn't.
But that's the thing. You're choosing not to believe him.
You're downplaying the amount of chatter coming out of Milwaukee almost daily, and his comments about being in Milwaukee, which I'm telling you, it's almost nonstop. Every other day, he takes a different stance on what he wants and what his position is.
He wants to be on a winning team, and
Correct.
he would love for that team to be in Milwaukee.
And he
But
knows
being on
that
a winning
they can.
team this year in Milwaukee is not realistic
Correct.
because of the moves that they've made in the past. So that's my problem. Don't bitch this year. Don't play both sides of the fence this year. Giannis won a championship, one of the all-time great Bucks. Everyone in Milwaukee wants to keep him because of the moves they made in the past. This year, the Bucks, everyone knew they were going to suck. So stop moping about it. This was the mess that he created.
So what you're saying is you want this elite basketball player who's one of the most talented we've ever seen to say, I'm good with being the 11 or 12 this season. I've made some personnel decisions that were mistakes over the last few years.
I want him to show that he actually loves the Bucks. Because what he's doing right now, he's in a relationship.
Jesus, the guy won them a championship and has stayed through lean times. Like, what more do you want to see from him?
He is in a situation right now, and everyone has this one friend that's dating a girl, and they had great moments in the past, but he's not truly happy. They're in couples therapy or whatever, and he's putting on the front in front of everybody. Yeah, I'm happy. Don't worry. It's going to turn around, and everyone knows a divorce is coming. The question is, how long is the divorce going to take?
Okay,
he's got 1 foot in,
but
1 foot out.
what you guys are saying is completely different out of one side of your mouth than the other. You're saying you want him to say something that he hasn't said, because what he has said, you're just choosing not to believe.
But I don't want him to play both sides of the fence, because he leaks out that he wants out, that he leaks out that he wants to say.
How do you know?
And what?
Because it goes right to Sean's from him or his agent.
So what do you? So you want him? Y'all want him to go into the next post game and scream, "I want to be out of Milwaukee. I hate it here. I'm wasting my career away."
Or, "I'm really happy being a 12 seed. I wish things were different, but it's on me."
So he just so happened to be in New York this offseason, and the only destination that he wants to go to, according to Shams, is the Knicks. Like, this is just, it's too much of a soap opera.
He's putting pressure on the Bucks. He's putting public pressure on the Bucks to trade him. The Bucks won't trade him, so he mopes. I mean, that's what's happening here, whether you want to believe it or not. It's evident. It's
a lot
evident
of players
that's what's
put
happening.
pressure on their organization,
Right.
If they want to be traded.
But here's the difference.
That's what you want out of your star players, is to pressure them to put together a winner.
Giannis is the organization. If Giannis wanted out, he could demand a way out.
Yes.
So he's afraid of the public perception of a fan base that he loves turning against him. It's the same reason why Bradley Beal took forever.
Or he doesn't want to force his way out. You're deciding what you think has happened. And he's telling you, no, that's not what's happening. I want to win, but I'd love to win here. And you're saying, here's what I believe, so this must be the facts. He's really trying to force his way out, and they won't let him do it. But you have no...
But then why does he enable his camp to provide this drama? Oh, Shams, every other week, Giannis Antetokounmpo doesn't want to stay there anymore. He wants out of the Bucks. He's thinking about it.
That's how agents negotiate.
Or down deep, they know this guy really doesn't want to be there anymore, but he doesn't want to be the villain.
Fine.
He doesn't want to be Kevin Durant when he leaves.
But that's the agent's job, is to take the heat for him for that.
And Hoch,
what's wrong with that?
But it's showing that he doesn't want to be there.
No, you're extrapolating that he doesn't want to be there.
Because I have a brain.
So by him saying, I want to be here, you conveniently ignore that and say, I've put together pieces. I'm going to ignore what he said. I know the truth because I'm Zach Gelb.
You know what it's like? I'll give you an analogy. Does anyone really like going to their mother-in-law's house? But they go, oh, yeah, I love being here. I'll go back for dinner next week. Giannis is going to the mother-in-law's house. He doesn't want to actually be there, but he has to put on the front that he wants to be there.
But you're suggesting that someone should say to their mother-in-law, I don't want to be here. That's what really we want to see. And he's saying, no, why should I do that? I hire someone. This guy makes millions of dollars off my name and my skills to be the bad guy.
One of y'all just said he doesn't want to act like Kevin Durant. He doesn't want to be the bad guy. You said it 4 times.
Yeah.
Why are you so upset that he doesn't want to be the butt wipe?
I'm not upset about it. I think both sides. I'm not even upset only at Giannis. I'm upset at the Bucks. They've got to figure this thing out because I'm tired of reading reports every other day. I mean, literally type Giannis Antetokounmpo into social media and there's 17 different reports coming from somewhere about how this is probably the last game Giannis has played after the injury. Will the Bucks trade him now, or are they going to have to wait until June 1st or July 1st after the finals? Like, it's literally every single day there's a report. And by the way, Hoch, it's not me telling my mother-in-law I don't want to go over. It's my mother-in-law realizing, saying, hey, let me stop inviting you because you clearly don't want to be here. And we would all love that.
Here's the gross miscalculation by Giannis. And I know people in Milwaukee. Here's the gross miscalculation. If he actually wanted to get out, I don't think the fans would be like, screw this guy, F that guy. I think they would say he won a championship. So like Damian Lillard, it was his gross miscalculation as long as he waited. I did shows on the network where we were on in Portland and fans said, Dame, we get it. Just go. Like, this organization is not the right organization right now. That's where I'm frustrated with Giannis. He wants to go. The fan bases won't really turn around on him, the majority, and he still plays this drama game like he's a Real Housewife.
Well, I will. I'm looking at stats because I looked at one of the texters. He's averaging 28 and 10. That's moping.
Empty 28.
I never said moping.
I mean, you guys are making.
He's bitching and complaining about his future.
That's an empty 28 and 10, though, Hawk. Trust me. Trust me. I text.
I mean, it is so evident that you guys are ignoring everything that he does and says, and you've created your own narrative. So the 28 and 10 doesn't matter.
Well, he's a great player.
His
moping or not.
But that's my point. Like,
you can't go for 30.
You're
as a
saying,
30 mope?
He's saying.
Do you know how much Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant bitched in Brooklyn? They were both good players.
He's saying he's got 1 foot out the door.
Yep.
So if he had 2 feet in the door, he'd be averaging 40 and 20.
Maybe they wouldn't lose that playoff series to the Heat if both feet were in.
I mean, it's comical.
He'd be averaging 32 and 14, and his team wouldn't be the 11th seed in an atrocious Eastern Conference.
Oh, so it's his fault. His 28 and 10 is the reason that the Bucks are having a bad season.
It's more his fault than Gary Harris's. I can tell you that much.
I mean, good God,
Harris.
this is a wild take that you come up with. It is wild. I hope you remember that when he does come to Miami, how much you think he's an awful person.
You know, I saw Riz McGiz tweet this out a couple days ago, and he might be right about this. Giannis's first destination that he wants to go to is New York, just based on that. The Knicks, real Heat fans, we shouldn't even want him here. Guy's a bum. Wants to go to the Knicks.
Yeah.
What a bum.
28 and 10. 28 and 10. He's got 1 foot out the door.
I'd rather have Bam.
Isn't that crazy?
Could trade Cat to the Bucks.
He says, I want to stay in Milwaukee. Obviously, he doesn't mean it. What? All right, let's do headlines real quick so we don't get
Go to
too far
Carnivore
behind
Steakhouse
here.
in Milwaukee.
Headlines brought to you by
Wanna stay
Doral
there?
Kia, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit them at Doral Kia or DoralKia.com.
See what I deal with, Gelb? I mean, these guys, they don't even know what they're talking about when somebody is clearly lying. I mean, clearly lying.
Well, you want to know what
I
I'm supposed to
love that
believe?
you get to decide who's lying and when, and also ignore the numbers of 28 and 10.
You want to know when I'm wrong? When Solana agrees with
When-
me.
yeah,
I think I'm screwed on this argument.
When you look around and you look who your allies are, and you're like, I'm on the wrong side.
I've never seen you get this frustrated, and this, you are as red as a tomato right
I'll tell
now.
you what, I don't like when people decide I'm not going to listen to what the guy said because I know what he really meant. But he has no inclination what he really meant. He's nowhere near the Milwaukee basketball scene, and he's tired of Giannis doing something that he's not doing.
Yeah.
That's the part that drives me crazy. He keeps saying Giannis is creating this drama.
Yeah.
He's not creating drama. He's been adamant. I want to stay in Milwaukee. I'd like to win here.
But then he does these things where he's like, yeah, I like to be in Milwaukee for now. Like that would be like if I introduced my girlfriend. This is my current girlfriend.
So he has to say to you, for you to be satiated, he has to say, I want to be in Milwaukee for the rest of my life. I would never consider going anywhere
But he could
else.
just say, I want to be here instead of, yeah, I want to be here, but I may not play my entire career here. I may not be here in 2 years. Just say, I want to be here, period, stop. And then no one follows up on it. He leaves it
ridiculous.
ambiguous.
So if he says, I want to be
he talks
here.
out of both ends of his mouth.
If he says, I want to be here, you're okay with it. If he says, I want to be here now, you're not okay with it. That
Correct.
you can parse.
But
in
it's not
such-
convincing when
I mean,
it's not convincing when you say, yeah, I want to be here for now.
It's ridiculous. Why does he have to convince you? He's there.
Because I'm Zach Gelb,
And
gosh
he's
damn it.
And he's putting up 28 and 10. Like, what more do you need to be convinced?
Empty 28 and
He's
10.
frustrated. They're mad. They get frustrated. He's frustrated. It's weird to me.
You
Y'all
want
get
to know?
mad at him.
You want to know? I'm pissed about this because this is the damn NBA under that spineless commissioner Adam Silver. No one cares about the game.
But in other words,
it's all about being whores off the court.
You want him to be satisfied where he is, losing. But the moment he gives you the inclination that he's satisfied, you're going to kill him for why is he satisfied
He's
being
not
the
actually
11th?
satisfied, though.
Right, because
I'm happy.
Based on,
like, if you're happy, yeah, I'm happy. Woohoo. He's like, I'm happy.
but he's telling you he's not satisfied because they're the 11 or 12 seed. Why should he be
Belichick's
satisfied?
happier than this guy right now.
He said, I'm happy, but in a sad voice.
Right. I mean, it's like what they're doing is just crazy.
Yes.
So you can ignore everything someone says and does You guys are the truth
You're
seers.
ignoring
Thank you.
a large sample size of material coming out of Giannis's mouth and his effort on the floor.
But
for example, the other night.
Aren't you also ignoring a lot of what comes out of his mouth? Like, you're choosing to only take the ambiguous statements and ignore the adamant statements.
The ambiguous statements outweigh the adamant, the quote-unquote adamant
because
statements.
you're only giving those credence.
Well, Hawk, take it from one liar. I can sniff out another liar. Trust me on this one, okay? And Giannis has been lying nonstop.
All right.
You're either happy or you're not. It's not tough to figure out.
The hell's happy
and
in
this
Milwaukee?
one's tough to figure out. It means you're not happy.
But it's not. He's not happy, and he shouldn't be. He's not happy being a non-playoff team in Milwaukee.
Let me ask you this. If Giannis was in studio with us and we hooked him up to a lie detector test and we said, do you want to stay in Milwaukee? And he says, yes, I think it's coming back as a lie. Do you?
No.
You think he actually wants to say that?
I think if you asked him the question, would you rather win a
that's our fundamental
championship
difference.
in Milwaukee or a championship elsewhere, I think he'd say I'd rather win a championship in Milwaukee.
Oh, that point I will agree with you.
Well, that's all he's doing is telling you, I'm not thrilled being a non-playoff team. And if that means I've got to end up somewhere else, so be it.
But then why was this a thing when he was on a playoff team? It's been going on for years.
Thing.
Am I the one calling them
Because
shots?
shouldn't Giannis have more than one NBA title?
In Milwaukee, I don't know if it's realistic to expect more than one.
Shouldn't Dame have a title? Like,
Why?
I mean, this all goes back to shouldn't elite players have a title at some point? It's why Kevin Durant left for Golden State. You want to accrue rings. You're not satisfied because that's the part that's missing. That's not rocket science. No superstar, no elite player is happy with no rings, or if they have one ring, they want two. But that's not revelatory.
And however they put the organization's feet to the fire, it's a certain way they have to do it.
Right. It's got to be the Gelb Solana way.
All the organization needs to do is help him. If I'm saying, hey, help, I'm yelling for help, screaming for help, and y'all aren't sending no boats.
He's been yelling for help for years, and the best they could do was Miles Turner this offseason.
And that's their fault.
He wanted Miles Turner, Giannis.
Right, but there weren't a lot of other options.
No, it was limited options out there too. But that's what he's doing. He's doing what Dame messed around and did, and not going to win a ring.
But sometimes you have to be able to go through the tough times, which right now he's going through the tough times. So there's a way that everyone knows that this was not going to be a good year for them, and the fact that he's still 1 foot in, 1 foot out, that's what annoys me.
Not a good year is not a non-playoff year. This has been a much worse year than anyone expected.
What else did you expect? This team sucks.
You thought that they weren't going to be an 8 seed?
I thought it was on the table, yeah.
With Giannis?
Yeah, I thought it was on the table.
Yeah.
Empty 28.
Well, let me just say,
I would love to see someone down here with an empty 28 and 10.
Well, the views of Alejandro Solana don't reflect the views of Zach Gelb on 104.3 WQAM. But what I will say is this: as the guy that's coming in for a day, let's lead the push. Let's get Giannis right here to Miami.
How? He hates him with a passion. He's on the Heat broadcast. He hates him with a passion.
He hated Brad Marchand too. Look what happened.
He hates everything about his personality.
There's a playbook here. Marchand didn't want here. Wins a cup. You end up getting Giannis here. It'd be an NBA Finals.
I'm down.
Ground beef.
I would take the 28 and 10 any day of the week.
Empty, Hawk. Watch it, Hawk.
All I'm saying, Hawk, is clearly he needs a little bit of Heat culture in him. That's all I'm saying. You can fix anything with Heat culture.
Agreed.
Oh, my God.
I watched Jimmy stand in the corner, Solana. Giannis is going 28 and 10. That's not hanging it up.
But you know what?
That's a guy who has a foot out the door.
Jimmy. No, I mean it's Hawk.
Jimmy
go watch.
Stood in the corner. Every
go,
offensive possession.
Right, but the Heat said we're not trading Jimmy Butler, and then Jimmy Butler's agent said we're demanding a trade publicly. I mean, that's the obvious next step.
And you vilified him.
Yeah.
So you want Giannis to do that?
No, I want Giannis to decide. Do you want to be in Milwaukee? Or do you not want to be in Milwaukee?
But you want him
and
to
there's
decide,
a proper way to go about it.
Oh, yeah.
And
You've determined the proper way?
Hawk, you're telling me that.
So what's the proper? I'm just curious. You've determined the proper way.
The proper way is for Giannis to stay true to his contract. And if he wants to be in Milwaukee, he wants to stay there, even going through the tough times, then he sticks it out. And when he is
no,
asked
but what's
publicly,
the proper way? So, but you have actual words that he needs to say.
There's multiple examples
Does he need
of guys
to turn it in
who want to
writing?
be out. That's fine. You can talk over me when I'm giving you the answer that you're asking for. But there's multiple examples of guys who want to be out and they go about it the right way. They play out this year quietly, and come next year in the offseason, you sit down with the ownership and you say, hey, look, I appreciate everything, but I'd like to be traded. This isn't working. I think it would work for best parties to move on amicably, not the way he's doing it, which is constantly telling his agent to feed stuff to different reporters that the Bucks aren't holding their end of what they're responsible for doing, so that they feel pressured into trading him. That's not the right way to leave an organization that helped you win a title and that drafted you.
I didn't know that you had researched the right way for an athlete.
You know there's a right way for an athlete to leave an organization and to not leave an organization.
Never said anything close to what Jimmy Butler said or did while he was here. I know the wrong way to leave an organization. Giannis hasn't said or done anything like that. And you're giving him those attributes even though he hasn't done it. That's the part that's driving me crazy.
But you're downplaying.
You want him to shut up and dribble.
What?
What?
You
what
just
what are
said
you talking about?
Lay out your contract.
Why coming up next.
You just said lay out your contract.
Why do you take it there?
Don't complain.
Why do you take it there?
Did you not just say?
You're downplaying.
Did you not just
and
say?
maybe you haven't read. Maybe you haven't read the articles. Maybe you haven't read the articles or been paying attention to it because you're not interested.
Did
Clearly,
you not just say
you're downplaying the amount of stuff
that he
daily
hasn't said, that
coming
he
out
has
of
not
Milwaukee, and his comments specifically. How he responds to certain questions about the current state of not only how he feels about the team, how he feels about the roster, and his future. Like Gelb gave you several examples, and that's not the right way to go about it, which is why Bucks fans are booing their generational superstar that delivered them a title.
Right.
Bucks fans are telling you, hey, we're not happy with your effort. We're not happy with what you've been saying behind the scenes. And you're just dismissing that because you want to make it seem like Giannis is totally innocent in this entire process, which he's not.
Innocent, though, in what? There's no guilt or innocence. He's not happy putting up 28 and 10 for a team that's not a playoff caliber team. There's no innocence or guilt. You want him to say flatly, I demand a trade right now, which is not his personality. And if he won't say that, then you want him to shut up and dribble and deal with it in the offseason. And maybe he and his agent is not happy with that track either. So it doesn't satisfy you, but you're not the one who's in the middle of it.
I want Giannis in Miami.
I just one question, Solana. What's the right way? What player has done it the right way?
Oh, there's several examples.
Give me an example.
I mean, we're just up against a break right now, so.
Shut up and get me a coffee, Solana.
Hey, you need something, Solana? I'm just.
Hey, Gelb, you really bailed on that one when I needed somebody. I really needed somebody to come to my house. I've been helping you this whole time here. You really bailed on me.
I was still annoyed about the bad headphones you gave me in the first segment.
He would look good in a Heat jersey, though, Hoch, right? You would agree.
I would love Giannis down here. I don't know if you've noticed. He's putting up 28 and 10, and he's injured.
Is this because you want him to go to the Bulls? Is that what's happening here? You want him to be in Chicago?
I wouldn't mind seeing him on the Bulls. I wouldn't mind seeing Zion on the Bulls.
You can have him.
Yeah, I know. I don't think many people want him.
You know
I
what?
wouldn't mind seeing him.
He would take some of Channing's sponsor money away from some of those strip clubs. Zion.
I think Zion could have him.
Was it Maria Mills? What was her name? I think it was
Giannis.
You remember that?
I'm sorry. Zion balled against Wemby last night. Anybody see that?
When he played,
Get out of here.
When he plays, he's great.
Solana, remember the years of him coming in once a month when Zion goes out there and drops 32 and 9 and 7?
You remember the opening night when he hit that three?
I remember once when I came on, he tried to throw that in there, just like, oh, Zion's like the second or third best player in the league. And you said, I'll pop you in the mouth.
They just discontinued his shoe line with Jordan. This is the final year of his shoe line with Jordan.
Oh, boy.
How many people do you think are buying Zion?
What was more successful? Jordan with the Hornets or Zion's with Jordan's shoe line. Jeez.
Like, how many people could be going out and buying Zions?
I didn't know there was Zion.
Neither did I.
Do you remember Starberries?
Yeah.
So Starberries, no, they had the $20 shoes at Stephen Barry's. Like, that's going to be Zion's next shoe deal.
No,
It's
but
$20 shoes.
Starbury did that to make the shoes
Yes.
more affordable with Payless. He signed a massive deal. The same thing with Shaq. Zion didn't have a signature shoe. I could be wrong, but I don't think he had a signature shoe. He just had a deal with Jordan Brand coming out of college. So that's who he signed with.
Remember when he bursted through that shoe in front of Obama?
Yeah, it was great.
At Duke UNC.
Yeah, it was great.
He gave,
but I saw
he
it
gave
was
Wemby.
it was the second largest rookie shoe deal ever.
Really?
$75 million was his shoe deal.
He should market it towards heavyset people.
He gave Wemby yesterday, and the Pelicans.
I
The
do need a new
Pelicans
pair of
beat the
shoes.
Spurs.
Kev looked at me like I was taking a shot at him.
Yeah.
Man.
24.
3 years
10,
ago, I would have been offended by that.
Hey, Zion, embrace who you are, man.
24, 10, and 4. He gave Wemby yesterday. They beat the Spurs.
Empty 24-10.
Only 24 and 10.
Give me Giannis numbers, and then we can talk.
It was a good fight.
Zion plays the right way.
I took a couple punches, Gel, but threw a couple back. That was fun.
It was good.
Yeah, that was good.
I've never seen Hawk that red.
I don't feel like I'm red.
Oh, you were red.
I don't get red over sports argument. I got it.
When
I got
rewind the tape when you were like, "Shut up and dribble."
That's what he said.
You were
No,
as
it's not what I said.
That is essentially what you
It's
said.
not what I said.
You said, play the game, don't complain, shut up and
That's
dribble.
not what I said.
Sure it was.
you were as red as a tomato salad at Stephen Cookie's down at the shore.
I don't get red over sports arguments. Food arguments, maybe. Not over sports.
Chicago pizza over it.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, man.
That deep dish crap.
Your weather?
Oh,
Now,
I was like, there's
let me
some
warn
tension
you,
here.
Kev, now Solana's going to be mad for a couple hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's gonna be driving home that Lexus later, and he's gonna be pounding the steering wheel.
What's the problem? What's the problem with me driving a Lexus? Kyle?
Nothing.
What? You live in the city. I don't talk smack about you living in the city. You live in the financial district. I don't throw that out at you and make fun of you for it. What's the problem with me driving a Lexus?
Sensitive now. See, now he's moving off a Hawk and he's coming after me.
Everybody, listen, because you got to say it the right way.
Oh.
Solana will tell you the right way to say things, and the
Oh.
wrong way to say
Fine.
things.
Well,
Shut up and do the show, Solana. Is
and
that
even
better?
and even if you say it the right way, he's the truth seer. He'll know if you're not really meaning what you say.
Gotcha.
Fellas, we got to shut up in radio now.
Yeah.
Solana's watching.
Your weather in South Florida. You get out of my studio, dog. Sitting here next to Jimmy.
Len told me during the break they're changing this show name Hochman, Crowder, and Geld.
Right now it's in the 70s, and I wish it wasn't snowed up north. Gelb could have caught his flight today.
Yeah.
Your weather.
I'll drive him
All
home
right.
tonight.
People hear me talk about Tucker Duke's lunchbox in Deerfield Beach. They always say, is that menu really as creative as you say? And the answer is yes, it is. Tucker Duke's. It's not just award-winning burgers. They got it. I mean, they do brunch. They have a fantastic weekend brunch. They do cocktails, beer, wine, chicken. They do bacon-wrapped Korean barbecue ribs. I mean, nacho tots. You know how much I love the nacho tots at Tucker Duke's, and the great desserts as well. Tucker Duke's. I always say Tucker Duke's is a vibe. So hopefully you follow Tucker Duke's on social media. They've launched a cool new series called Burgers, the show, and they've got new episodes dropping all the time. They just dropped a new one today, as a matter of fact. They're very funny and entertaining. The January burger of the month. So you've got 1 week left to get it. The January burger of the month is the new Marty McFly, a double smash burger stacked with melty white American cheese, crispy bacon, pickle nays, and spicy ketchup, layered with crispy fried green tomatoes, red onions, and fresh romaine lettuce. You can get it during the month of January at Tucker Duke's, which is only a few more days. Tucker Duke's, they're in Deerfield Beach. It is worth a visit. If you're looking for a killer burger joint, this is it. Real Southern-style comfort food using fresh local ingredients. These guys have racked up multiple South Florida Burger Battle wins over the years, and it is easy to see why. Visit TuckerDukesBurgers.com online or follow Tucker Dukes on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. Tucker Duke's Lunchbox, 1101 South Powerline Road in Deerfield Beach, southwest corner of Powerline and 10th.
You're listening to the Hoch, Crowder, and Solana Show.
Ain't no way Solana got a degree.
WQAM broadcasting live from the Ed Moore Sawgrass Auto Mall Studios. Shop exceptional Cadillac offers now at the 3-time Cadillac Dealer of the Year, Ed Moore Sawgrass.
The conversation continues off the air.
Yeah, let's just get back to food, all right?
It's not like
I think I have to work today, actually.
I won the argument on the air, and then I just won it again off the air.
No.
I'm getting tired of all this winning.
I don't accept the results of your election, all right?
I'm like Donald. I'm getting tired of all this winning.
Shut up and drink that Diet Coke.
At some point, don't you ever call Coke Zero Diet
I did
Coke.
that on
That
purpose.
is, I mean,
Now you'll get him.
Now you're going to get me. You want to see me get red?
Yeah.
Called Coke Zero Diet Coke.
Hawk's like Giannis. I don't love Diet Coke. I saw him sipping it during the break.
I have an NBA story for you specifically, Hawk, that won't bring anybody to any sort of differences
All right.
publicly.
Okay.
You saw Derrick Rose's number went up into the rafters.
I did.
Yes.
He wore number 1.
Oh, I saw this story.
Benny the Bull,
Their mascot.
Oh.
wore number 1 as well on his jersey.
Correct.
But they just retired number 1, so Benny the Bull announced via press conference where he didn't speak
He's a bull.
that he'll be changing his number.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Bad job.
Thank you. You can't have a differing opinion. What do you mean bad job?
It's a bad job. The Bull had the number. He's grandfathered in. Justice for the Bull. He should be able to keep it.
Did he earn one, though? I think
That's a good
earned
question.
Number 1.
Here's the real question, though. Did Benny the Bull do it the right way? And I'll ask Solana. Did he do it the right way?
He did. Because once he decided he wanted to make a decision, guess what? He came out publicly via press conference and no BSing behind the scenes.
Right.
All I will say is Benny the Bull survived the Tom Thibodeau era. Derrick Rose did not. I think he should be able to keep the number.
Did you see D Rose in his speech call out Thibodeau?
Oh no,
Tibbs was there. It was cool. Like it was a wild night. He is beloved by his teammates.
Tibbs is actually a good dude.
Tibbs is good, but I'm talking about Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose is beloved by his teammates.
Yeah,
and
did
former
a
teammates.
Being
did a
beloved
lot
by
of
Joakim Noah's big deal, you know.
Joakim Noah, I think, was crying during the ceremony. I'm not even kidding.
Joakim Noah is a different person.
did a lot of good there. I mean, they only lost in 5 to the Big 3 Heat, obviously.
Listen,
And
I think y'all disrespect Derrick Rose. That man could play some basketball.
did a lot of good things over there.
Yeah, the knee injuries are hard.
Someone, a friend of mine from Chicago, she texted me and she said, "Do you think Derrick Rose is worthy of having his jersey hanging in the rafters?" She's like, "I just had this conversation with my dad," and I'm like, "You win an MVP, a league MVP in a city, you pretty much have to be up there in the rafters."
And not only that, since Jordan and Pippen and that group together, all
Up
left,
until Boozelis.
they were they were horrible.
Why are you laughing?
They're horrible.
No,
That's
Boozy,
the highlight.
Boozy's the next guy in that group.
Okay.
Jordan, Pippen, Larinaga was texting us. He asked me my Mount Rushmore. We were chatting with. All I do is pepper Jim Larinaga with Boozy highlights. So he said, "Who's my Mount Rushmore of Chicago Bulls all time?" MJ, Scotty, Artis Gilmore, and Modest Boozelis.
Can you spell that last one?
Here's
Boozy.
Here's my Mount Rushmore that I sent to Hawk and Coach L. Luol Deng, Andres Nocioni, Ben Gordon, and Benny the Bull.
What about Heinrich? Why wasn't he on there?
Oh, Kirk Heinrich was so good.
What about Heinrich?
Andres Nocioni is such a great reference, though. We used to have, we talked about this on the podcast with Stugotz the other day. Kevin Rogers used to have a read for Macaroni Grill when he was doing sports flashes for us. And the tagline was, "It's so macaroni." And somehow that morphed into "It's so Nocioni." And I don't know why, but I always had a soft spot for Andres Nocioni. Such a great call.
Do y'all fall?
All right, 5 o'clock, Funky Buddha Happy Hour is coming up. We will do Who Got Funky in the Funky Buddha Happy Hour, so do not go anywhere.
We all know that anniversaries are really special, and my friends over at Ed Moore's are celebrating their 80th year in business. That's why my buddy, I always talk about the GM, Chris Atkins, Teddy Moore's, their entire award-winning team. They are celebrating at Sawgrass Cadillac. They're commemorating the occasion by giving you special savings on Cadillac luxury, like the all-electric 2026 Cadillac Optic, just $349 a month, or you can get the all-electric 2025 Cadillac Lyric for just $369 a month. The Edmore's brand has been family-owned and operated for 80 years, so they know how to take care of their customers. I tell y'all, I'm backed by my entire driveway's backed by Moore's. You got to get backed by Moore's. Go see my friends at Edmore Sawgrass Cadillac. They are the 6-time dealer of the year. It's off the Sunrise Boulevard and Sawgrass Expressway. Visit EdmoreSawgrassCadillac.com. And remember, you got to be backed by Moore's. Click EdmoreSawgrassCadillac.com.
This is Hoch, Crowder, and Solana.
I have this fantasy, I've had this for years, of becoming obese and bedridden and just watching TV all day and having people bring me food. 5 o'clock hour is the Funky Buddha Happy Hour. Queen released this song on this day in 1979. This Saturday at Funky Buddha is the Maple Bacon Coffee Porter Festival. That is the biggest event of the year at Funky Buddha, the tap room in Oakland Park. In fact, I think we should have Ryan and KC, maybe even Chef, on this week to talk about the Maple Bacon Coffee Porter Festival. So
if you like beer, you got to go.
If you like beer and great food and a fun afternoon, I mean, you see everybody freezing up north, and next Saturday will be nice. I mean, maybe in the 60s, but that's perfect. You go to Funky Buddha in Oakland Park. Tonight at Funky Buddha, Dan Day hosts trivia. So you go to Funky Buddha tonight, get a little trivia with Dan Day. If you want to, Zach Gelb and I carpooled today. If you want to stop by Funky Buddha on the way home tonight, you're more than welcome. We can stop there, grab a little bite to eat, have a little brewski or two.
Yeah, I'm down. You know, I'm always down.
Yeah, I'm just checking.
You may annoy my grandmother. I told her I was going to do dinner afterwards, but I don't think she eats much anyway.
We'll take you to grandma.
Hawk is not drinking a beer or two.
Well, I'll get an Aperol Spritz.
He's going to embarrass you at the table is what he's going to do.
If I had a brewski or two, I'd be on the floor.
We go to Vegas. I have to finish his drink for him.
Well,
I get a small.
The locker room here today at WQAM was very annoyed with Shannon Crowder still because you guys went to Vegas once and you got the fish at a steakhouse. Leroy, I love Leroy. God bless him.
Leroy cannot stop talking about going to Meat Happy Hour and Crowder. And fair enough. We had talked about it for a week leading up. Leroy was very excited about Meat Happy Hour. And then Crowder drops on us, like while we're there ordering, oh, by the way, I'm pescatarian. It was kind of a bad look out of him.
My right ear, I thought Leroy was going to take a bite out of it because he was like getting so close to me yelling about Crowder from 4 years ago.
I like the Branzino.
Branzino.
Anyway, 5 o'clock hour is the Funky Buddha Happy Hour. And this Saturday, Maple Bacon Coffee Porter Festival. No cover, all day, family friendly. So make plans to be there. Before we get to headlines, we had talked about in the first or second segment today, Tony Romo and Jim Nantz. And you were saying that Romo seems to have mailed it in lately.
Yeah.
Nobody's I think Tom Brady has done much better as the season's gone on. I still like Tony Romo. I think the criticism of him, much like the criticism of Giannis, is so unfounded and just becomes sport. But regardless, Solana does have a Tony Romo story, which I think is fantastic, which you probably will enjoy because it doesn't seem like you like Tony Romo that much.
I don't love Tony Romo, the broadcast. So the person, I have no issue with him.
Right. Well, you might have an issue with the person here after Solana tells you his run-in with him. You know, Solana used to.
Was it douche?
Well, Solana, it depends how you characterize what happened here, because I'm not necessarily certain that Tony Romo was in the wrong.
Okay.
Solana, you remember, used to travel with the Dolphins, was part of the Dolphins broadcast, and so he would be in the media room and the media and the food and the break area.
That's when he said nice things about the Dolphins.
Solana, that's right. He, and wait till Giannis gets here. And he loves how he's got 2 feet in the door.
Tyler Hero would be the worst basketball player ever once he gets
Oh,
traded to
you
Milwaukee.
should have seen what he did to Gabe Vincent the moment he went to L.A. Holy mackerel. You haven't seen a pivot like that since Ryan Clark and Fred Taylor and Crowder.
You're talking about undrafted, end of the bench, Gabe Vincent, right?
So tell Zach Gelb what happened with you and Tony Romo at a Dolphins game.
So, Gelb, I don't know if you're familiar with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers media room, press room, but they have bathrooms at opposite ends, but it's just like one long hallway. The broadcast booths are at around the 50-yard line, and then to the right, there's a food station, and then there's just the whole press area where people hang out during the games. Media members are hanging out during the games. But in between the press area and the broadcast booths are 2 standalone bathrooms. Men or women can use these restrooms, but there's usually a line. I was prepared. I've been there several times.
Because there's usually a line because all the media members have to break at the same time because the break's in the game.
All the broadcasters have to break at the same time. And at halftime, I was prepared. The second halftime hit, I walked out.
And your title for the Dolphins radio broadcast was, I just want to make sure that we have all the facts on this story.
Right.
Your title with the Dolphins broadcast was what?
Executive producer of the Miami Dolphins radio broadcast.
Which you're doing what during the games?
Oh, no, don't do that. Don't downplay.
But that's, I think I know where the story is going, so that's why I asked that.
No, don't downplay that. I'm a vital part of
so what are you
Jimmy Cefalo and Joe Rose being able to get on the air
Jimmy
and
Cefalo
broadcast.
can't sound as good as he sounds without a lot of help from the executive producer.
Anyways.
And Tony Romo's title is
$20 million a year, lead color analyst,
lead
CBS.
analyst, CBS. Television.
NFL on CBS.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. Right across from the bathrooms, I just want to point out, is a hot dog station. Right across.
Oh, my God.
Right across from the bathroom. Halftime hits. I get in line. There's already 3 people in front of me. I see Tony Romo. By the way, nice guy. Seems like a really nice guy.
Everybody loves Tony Romo.
Nothing against Tony Romo. Yeah. I see Romo hit the hot dog stand. All right, that's cool. I get that. Priorities. There's a line that builds up there too. Now I'm the next person in line for the bathroom. Tony Romo scarfs down the glizzy, takes 2 steps over, and tries to get in line for the other bathroom line right across from me. And nobody was going to say anything. Just cut the line. Nobody was going to say anything to Romo. So I looked up at him and I said, hey, there's actually a line back here.
Oh.
And he looked at me. He said,
Good job,
okay.
Solana. Never been more proud of you in my life.
He looked at me. He said, oh, okay, my bad. And he went and he stood in line. Hoch and Crowder think I was out of
Well,
out
I
of
believe
turn.
wasn't the story that you said, hey, Romo.
Yeah.
There's a line.
Story progressed.
Who was right? Because, again, I don't believe one human is more important than another human, but there is a hierarchy of broadcast.
I think that if Solana was late getting back to the broadcast could still go on. If Romo's late getting back on CBS, it's a worse look. Now, with that being said, when did this happen?
Halftime.
No.
But
what
how
year?
far? Oh, what
Circa
year?
what?
This was
this is in Romo's heyday. This is in Romo's heyday.
Yeah, 2022 or maybe 21.
Okay, because when I think you may have intimidated Romo because I'm being dead serious. I was at a AFC Championship game, which I referenced earlier, Ravens and Chiefs in Baltimore, and Romo during halftime came out of the booth and he's like, "Where is the food?" And they said the stand was over there, and he had a runner go get him the food. And then he made a beeline right to the bathroom. I vividly remember this. So maybe
he learned
from Solana, and he's like, that little pesky radio producer. I don't want to be showed up by
checked
somebody
him.
again.
He checked Tony Romo.
He tightened him up.
I think you rattled him. It's like him in the playoffs. When he dropped that extra point, he got rattled ever since.
Listen, man, there were priorities that he set there. He wanted the glizzy before the bathroom run, which usually would make
you
sense.
have called out Joe Rose if he tried doing the same thing?
100%. I would have let him cut me in line.
Yeah. I was going to say that's where your bread's buttered here.
I mean, really? I'm going to let Tony Romo cut?
How about Nance?
Jim Nance?
Nance.
Oh, I would have held the door open for him.
I thought you were going to say you would have held his thing.
Well, maybe.
That's what they call the executive producer of Dolphins Radio, Johnson holders.
But let me get this straight. Tony Romo gets to have the best of both worlds. I have to choose glizzy or bathroom. I have to choose. Tony Romo, because he's on TV, gets to do both. Skip the line for the glizzy. Oh, Tony Romo, please. And now he's going to skip 5 or 6 people in line to use the bathroom. I don't think so.
What
Hit the
happens
bricks,
if it was
Romo.
Brady? If it was Brady, right?
Oh.
Same job. What would you do?
Tom Brady, I would have sat in the bathroom for 30 minutes. I would have missed the entire third quarter to make sure Tom Brady doesn't get into the bathroom.
To drop the deuce just to prevent Brady from getting into the bathroom.
That would be a better story. Drops the deuce.
I thought Solana would just be in the bathroom for 30 minutes thinking about meeting Tom Brady and doing something else to himself.
That would be a better story. I dropped the deuce and Tom Brady followed me into the bathroom.
You would get along with Tom Brady, Hawk. Both big avocado guys.
There's a great story we used to tell on the Levitard show. We're at Radio Row. I think this may have been 06. Was that here, 06, or was that in Phoenix?
08 might have been here.
I don't know.
The Saints.
Zaslow is waiting in the press area. There's a single bathroom with a door. Waiting. He's next. Waiting. He's waiting. It's a good 8 minutes now. So he's got to see, but he's dying to go to the bathroom. You finally hear a flush. Door opens. It's Refrigerator Perry.
Oh, boy. Get the plunger.
I'm leaving.
Are you walking in?
No.
You've waited 8 or 9 minutes.
No.
Are you walking in?
That's a big man with a lot of stomach. And
He's full of crap, let me tell you.
that's a big human.
That's you're prepared to see, and all of a sudden William the Refrigerator Perry walks out.
Yeah. No.
That's rough. All right, let's do headlines here with Solana for the 5 o'clock Funky Buddha Happy Hour, brought to you by Durrell Kia, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit them at Durrell Kia or DurrellKia.com.
Gentlemen, let's just recap some of the big news in the NFL. You have the Seahawks beating the Rams last night. That was already a 10 times better game than the earlier game in the first half, really. The Patriots beat the Broncos 10-7. Drake May is the second youngest quarterback to reach the Super Bowl at 23 years old. You guys know who was the first or still the youngest?
I think it's Big Ben, right?
Wow. Youngest quarterback to play in a Super Bowl, to start, I'm guessing, in a Super Bowl?
Brady made it a second year. I'm going to say it's Big Ben, though.
I have no idea. It's not Roethlisberger?
Not Roethlisberger.
And it's not Brady, right?
Is it someone of this era?
Somebody that we all know.
Somebody who
we know personally?
I mean, no, we're
No.
familiar with.
Right.
We're very familiar with.
Hey.
Very familiar with.
Have we mentioned him today?
No.
Okay.
So it has to be a former Dolphin.
Yeah.
Marino?
I mean, how much more obvious can I make it?
Oh.
Something we're very familiar with. Dan
Oh.
Marino.
Oh.
Hey, I'm friends
That was
with
a long
Dan.
time ago.
I love Dan.
I do too. He can get in front of me in any line.
Oh, I would have held it for Dan.
Right. So
I would have blown up that toilet.
He's up there. He's up there too. So it's just because it was Romo, really.
No, pretty much anybody. But yeah, Dan Marino, I'm letting.
But in other words,
skip.
you would have let Joe Rose in. You would have let.
But Joe Rose wouldn't. Here's the thing: Joe Rose wouldn't do that.
I feel like Joe Rose would.
No, he wouldn't.
I think
he
he
wouldn't.
would.
No, he wouldn't.
Yeah, I think he
Joe
would.
would say something to you as he walked past you. Hey, let me run here real quick.
No, Joe would have stood in line,
slap you on the back,
I think he'd be like, Spank, good to see you.
Yeah.
Hey, let me slide in here real fast. Appreciate
That was my whole thing. Romo just assumed nobody's gonna tell me anything. I'm Tony Romo.
I don't blame him.
Probably the most important person in that area.
Why?
Because he's on the
NBC
network
color guy.
television.
Okay, so
CBS.
priority.
CBS.
If you have to drop the
You're thinking of Don Criqui.
All right, let me ask you a question.
Gelb, if Romo would have came up to me and said, "Hey, man, I've got to be back on TV in 5 minutes. I really need to use the restroom. Do you mind if I go in front of you?" I would have had no issues with letting him go in front of me. That to me makes sense. Hey, I didn't time this out right. Do you mind? He would have asked. I would have said yes. The problem is he just assumed. I'm Tony Romo.
Yeah.
I'll just sneak in front of everybody and nobody will have the balls to say anything. And guess what? You met the only dummy who does have the balls to say something. Me. Hit the bricks, Romo.
In the history of sports, who's one athlete or one person associated with sports that you would not let them cut you in line if you were in the same bathroom?
Well, I had a famous run-in at the Cheetah with Dennis Rodman.
Oh. One of my favorite interviews in Miami ever was George Sedano.
Oh my God!
With
when
Rodman
was hammered
when he had a girl literally on top of him.
Yep.
And going down low while doing the interview.
Yeah, they were paying him a decent chunk of change. QAM was for Rodman to do that weekly show with Sedano.
Now the best we can do is beg Zach Gelb to join us for a week.
Yeah. No one blew up the toilets when I was here today. Outside of me about 25 minutes before the show. Cleared out the office.
Zach Gelb won't even eat a real hot dog water dog from New York City.
Right.
Heath Evans.
Wow.
Heath Evans.
I don't like Heath Edwards.
Interesting.
You know, I just actually reached out to Heath over the weekend for the first time. I used to
Wasn't
talk
he
to
doing
him
a
all
lot
the
of
time.
broadcasts for a while?
Yeah, and then he had he was caught up in one of those lawsuits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forget what I forget what brought him down.
I just saw a video of him doing. It was when he was on the NFL Network. He did 225 45 times in a suit and a tie.
Did you
on the
guys
NFL
see?
Network.
He's jacked up.
Just
Yeah.
thinking about the old,
He
athletes.
blocked you dirty? Is that what that is?
No. He was just very opinionated and want everybody to know his political
He is very
sidings.
Oh, okay.
And all this
Yeah.
stuff. When we played together, then we went to play against each other, and he do a little nasty stuff.
Mine's
about,
Roger Clemens. I hate Roger Clemens.
A lot of people do. They don't like him.
Yeah. Threw a bat at Mike Piazza. Rage loser.
We're thinking of athletes who became broadcasters. Chris Carter played receiver, for the Vikings. Oh, I guess he played down here for a minute.
Get
too,
a fall
didn't he?
guy.
Yeah. Chris Carter lives in Boca, by the way. Did you see what his tweet was yesterday that was going viral to the Seahawks?
No.
He congratulates Sam Darnell.
Oh, boy. I thought that was always just a New York thing. When Darnold was the quarterback of the Jets, people calling the fan be like, Darno. And I go, it's Darnold.
Yeah, I don't know why I found it to be so funny, but it was
Darnell.
going.
Dudes tweeting, man.
Darnell
that's
Dockett's
exactly
sitting there
what it is.
saying, "No, I made a Super Bowl."
These old guys tweet get me.
Congratulations to Sam
Hey,
Darnell.
Chris Carter's the director of player development at FAU. Did you know that, Hawk?
I did not know that.
Did you see Jimmy Johnson recently? There was a video, I guess, of some reporter or someone taking a photo with them, and it was AI, and they start making out.
Oh, yeah.
And he
Jimmy's
goes,
like,
"This is not me.
yeah,
This is disgraceful."
yeah,
I'm like, "Yeah,
yeah.
Jimmy. No one actually thought it was you, buddy. No one thought you were Belichick these days."
Chris Carter's tweet has 2.4 million views
Oh, my
right now,
God.
which is like he doesn't get anything like that. Hell of a win by Seattle, and congratulations to Sam Darnell. I don't know why I find that so funny.
Why do Magic Johnson does it? Like, why do they go on Twitter to do that? It's ridiculous. You're old. Just be old. No, take your
Channing won't be
nitro-
tweeting in 5 years.
Take your nitroglycerin.
Old, just
go to bed. Like, we know it's late.
do they still give that for like heart stuff? Nitroglycerin? That was
Think
like
so.
I remember that from the 70s and 80s. You put the nitroglycerin under your tongue.
Hey, go to sleep.
I wonder, do they still have that?
I hope so.
Solana?
What?
Wasn't he supposed to speak?
Yeah. We've
Oh.
got a format. We know how to vibe.
It was a lot of dead.
Yeah, that's
dead
what
air
we
then.
do. That's what we do.
Oh,
That's
oh,
how
oh.
we emphasize he's on to the next story. Yeah, just be a guest.
Hey, big man over
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
He brought up
You
Romo.
shut up and host the show, all right?
You got a little test here.
Yeah, just let the show. The show's been doing pretty good.
I'm not saying it
for
isn't.
10 years without you here. Let it go on its own vibe.
No wonder you can't keep a producer for more than a couple months. I'm out of stories though. So
See? I knew it.
nah, I'm just
Bleep
kidding. Will Matthew Stafford be back next season, gentlemen? So McVay, he just laughed off a question. He's like, obviously, if he wants to be back. And he also called him the MVP. It depends where you look. Favorite, maybe Drake May's a favorite, but he's in the conversation. It's one of those two guys. He's 37 years old, and he played like an MVP this season. Will he be back next year?
Why wouldn't he be? Just by his choice, you're saying?
37
like
years
just
old.
hang it up?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I'll tell you why he maybe wouldn't be back. I think he's coming back. His wife wants him to retire.
I think he's coming back, though. I don't think you have a season that good, but it doesn't end in a Super Bowl and you decide, oh, I'll hang it up after that. Like, you have a season that good, you go, oh, I still got it.
I think he's coming back. Yeah.
I think he's coming back if it's 100% playing for Sean McVay in that offense
Right,
in LA.
right.
Stays at home. And now it's a precedent set with him that he doesn't have to go to camp. This year he didn't go to camp.
Yeah.
He just showed up week one and balled.
And the last 2 years, there's always an injury with him. And he can't play. And then that back looked pretty good to me this year.
Watch. He's going to have an ankle injury or back or something. And then week one, he's going to come out and ball again.
Sam Darnold is the first quarterback to make the Super
Darnell.
Bowl.
Sam Darnell.
Excuse me.
We had the same brain. Jinx, you owe me a Diet Coke.
As a starter from the 2018 draft class. It's funny, Sam Darnell actually already made a Super Bowl. He was on the Niners. He was the backup for the Niners a couple years ago. But that draft class included Josh Allen, Lamar, and Baker Mayfield. would any of you take Sam Darnold over Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson moving forward?
No.
Okay. He's the MVP. He's in the Super Bowl this year.
Maybe.
Back-to-back NFC Championship game appearances.
Nope.
Maybe if it's for the next 10 years, Darnold over Lamar. Not that I think Darnold's a better player. Lamar keeps on getting hurt. How much longer those legs going to survive?
Well, that's fair. Yeah.
Drake May or Josh Allen for the next 5 years?
That's a tough one.
I'm going with Josh Allen.
I'm going Josh Allen too, and I'm a Patriot fan.
I'm going Josh Allen. I got to see more.
He's like Peyton Manning. He really early in his career, and how bad Peyton Manning was in the postseason. Like that's what Josh Allen reminds me of right now.
It just sucks for Josh that it was Patrick Mahomes whooping him year after year, and now the Patriots came up. Yeah, he might be Charles Barkley because he's a hell of a player.
Yep. Well, that's why they got rid of McDermott, because you're like, hey, you got to win a championship with this.
The
guy.
irony was, though, Josh finally played a bad game in the postseason, and that's when they get rid of the. It's the 1 year where it looks a bad.
Right, where
for
Sean
him.
McDermott goes, wait a second, this one was on me? I threw 5 picks.
5 picks.
Just a couple reminders that the Dolphins did make some more hirings. Tyke Tolbert from the Tennessee Titans. I apologize if I'm...
First name is Tyke?
Yeah, Tyke. Tyke.
That's a weird little name.
Yeah.
I thought he was calling me a derogatory slur there for a second. We'll explain that one to you off the air, Channing.
Oh, no, we're familiar because of the Myers-Leonard situation. Yeah.
Tyke Tolbert, American football coach.
He's like well accomplished, been in the league for over 20 years. He was a wide receivers coach for the Tennessee Titans. Looks like he'll be filling that same role here for the Dolphins.
You want to guess? Tyke Tolbert, white or black?
Black.
He is black.
I was going to say white.
You know what? Funniest thing? Solana said coaches wide receivers. There's not a lot of white receivers in the world.
That's
Context clues.
Racist you are.
Wes Welker.
Yeah. Danny Amendola, Chris Hogan. They'll play for the Patriots.
That's it. Yeah. Tyke.
Braxton Berrios.
Tyke is real name, though?
Can't be.
Seems like
Chisholm
it
on the
Sounds
Patriots.
cute, like Tyke. That's
right,
Tyke.
like a little kid,
And then
Tyke.
you just,
And then it stuck, but doesn't
Steve
say.
Largent.
Oh, you
No,
should
just-
love
just-
Steve Largent.
Just go in the white receivers here. Mount Rushmore.
It's crazy how I can rattle off white athletes.
Well, he's a Patriots fan. These guys get off to white.
Those old
The
players.
Lombardis are still shining.
A couple more things here before we head to break. Bobby Slowick will be the offensive coordinator.
I don't know what he does, but I don't like it because he was on the last staff, and that offense was
it was curious to me because it seemed like a pretty full cleaning of the house.
Yes.
To elevate someone to that particular position.
And to watch an offense, we talked about, they got outscored by 100 points in the third quarter, came out every third quarter of the year unprepared. He was there in that locker room trying to get the second half game plan together. We need him. I don't get it.
But the other thing is, in Houston when he was there, they blamed everything on him. CJ Stroud stunk in the playoff game this year, and he wasn't there with the new offensive coordinator. I get the line stinks. There was no Nico Collins, but I still just don't know if it was him or if it was Houston for what happened down there.
Yeah.
Bobby Slowick, white or black?
He's white.
Yeah, he's
Slow.
definitely white.
My context clue.
The Chargers make the Mike McDaniel hire official. There's some good video on their social media if you're interested.
I'm rooting for him. Are Dolphins fans rooting for? I mean, I don't want to see the Chargers. Obviously, I don't want to see Justin Herbert have a career season. I'd love to see Oronde Gadsden the second have a career year. But Dolphins fans are not rooting for him to succeed.
No, I think Dolphins fans, the majority of them, they don't hate Mike McDaniel. Everybody feels like he's a good guy. They're just sick of him. Nobody's rooting for him because he went to the Chargers. None of us like the Chargers, and we'll always remember Tua over Herbert, and now he can potentially put Justin Herbert in a position to have the best season of his career if he really does end up being an offensive guru. That's a nightmare scenario for the Dolphins.
No, who doesn't want to see him do well? Tua Tagovailoa. Because now it proves that Justin's better than me. He can't make anything of me. And now Justin Herbert goes to a couple Pro Bowls and leads the league in something. Yeah. Oh, Tua. I don't think Tua can stand Mike McDaniel.
Seems like Tua's got a coach problem. Flores
Flores didn't like him.
McDaniel now. I know it's revisionist history because everyone took Tua aside, including yours truly, but there's a pattern here.
I think Tua is a non-normal. Like his personality is not a normal athlete. He's not cocky at all. Like he doesn't have that quarterback swag, and I think it rubs coaches the wrong
Saban
way.
loved him though.
Who?
Well, in
Nick
college,
Saban?
yeah.
Saban loves
Won a national championship for him.
Yeah.
Saban loves do your job and shut up.
I was going to
guys.
say, like, that was kind of Saban's personality guy, which is a yes coach, no coach.
You know what? I'm actually rooting for Mike McDaniel, and here's why with the Chargers. I want to see him do so well that he gets a head coaching job again, and then he falls flat right on his face at his next head coaching
You
job.
want to see him fall flat as a head coach?
Yes.
Why?
Because he's not head coach material. He's
Interesting.
an offensive coordinator. And that's what I felt the entire time he was with the Dolphins.
He's going to get another chance. They're interviewing people, interviewing him now. Yeah, it's a lack of quarterbacks and coaches in this world, good head coaches. So he's going to get another chance soon.
Imagine if he coached the Bills.
He tried out.
Yeah. Could you imagine if he became the Bills head coach?
I would. We talked about it. I would love it. Makes the Dolphins better.
It's a tough sell, though, because the Dolphins can never beat the Bills. And then if that guy ends up going and winning a Super Bowl with Buffalo, geez.
But also, people were laughing like you're going to have him go coach in cold weather,
yeah.
like the coldest place in the country. You're going to have Mike McDaniel. No.
Anthony Weaver's he did meet in person with the Cardinals about their head coaching vacancy. A reminder, the only reason why I keep bringing that up, if he does take a job elsewhere, the Dolphins get a compensatory pick in return. So that's why it's important.
There's no way he can stay with Hafley being a defensive coordinator.
He's already gone.
Yeah.
Well,
no. They haven't fired him because if he does leave,
I got you.
That's when they get the pick back. If they do fire him now, then the Dolphins don't get anything in return.
But there's no chance that they're going to retain him.
This guy's coming in to run his offense.
Although I guess if they're keeping Slowick.
But the new guy's defense is going to be called by Anthony Weaver, who runs a different defense. I think the power struggle would be
the only way I would
up.
stay is if you expected the Dolphins to have an elite defense, because then you'd be associated with it. But I don't think anyone believes that's going to happen. So you got to go.
But if you're Jeff Hafley, wouldn't you almost want somebody? I understand what you're saying, Crowder, but he's coming into a situation where it's a whole new roster. Anthony Weaver's familiar with all these guys. Like, wouldn't he benefit from having somebody like Weaver who knows who the players are, what their strengths are, knows what their weaknesses are? I don't think he's going to be here. I'm just saying I don't think it's the craziest thing in the world.
I think you got to watch film and see if you like him and don't like him. And that's on Sully, too.
Yeah.
So Hafley and Sully, they have to figure out who they want to keep around, who they don't. That's not, Weaver, you like this guy? You like that guy? No, man, you got to come in here. Like, if you're going to clean shop, I want to be clean shop. That's why Slowick was so surprising.
Let's wrap it up so we can get to Funky Buddha in the next segment.
Panthers play tomorrow at home. We'll be out there live. They host Utah.
Oh, yeah. We'll be at the Panthers tomorrow.
Yeah. The Heat, they're off until Wednesday. They host Orlando. Your weather in South Florida, partly cloudy tonight. The lows will be in the 70s.
Cheetah Pompano, great spot to watch a game or a fight. They got VIP areas, 4 stages of entertainment, and the most beautiful ladies in South Florida. And you know, Cheetah Pompano has an amazing complimentary gourmet lunch till 3 p.m. every day. Happy hour specials till 6 every day as well. Sunday, February 8th. I don't know if you've heard about it. There's a big game that day. And they're going to have a big game watch party at Cheetah Pompano and Cheetah Palm Beach. There will be halftime giveaway of a $500 gold VIP card, halftime complimentary hamburger or hot dog platters, $5 off buckets of beer, and I'm talking domestic and imported, and $100 bottle specials. It is Big Game Sunday at Cheetah Pompano and Cheetah Palm Beach. I always say it. Every day is a great day at Cheetah Pompano Beach. Make sure you visit Cheetah Palm Beach as well. Get all the details at cheetahsofl.com.
You're listening to the Hoch, Crowder, and Solana Show.
My ability didn't offset my arrest, huh?
Got you.
We all know anniversaries are real special. My friends over at Ed Morris, they are celebrating their 80th year in business. That's why my buddy Chris Atkins, the GM, my buddy Teddy Morris, his whole award-winning team, they are going to watch out for you and commemorate this occasion by giving you special savings on Cadillac Luxury. Get in the all-electric 2026 Cadillac Optic for only $349 a month. And check out the all-electric 2025 Cadillac Lyric for just $369 a month. The Ed Morris brand has been family-owned and operated for 80 years. So that's how they take care of their customers. I tell y'all, being backed by Morris is a great feeling. My entire driveway is backed by Morris. Don't miss out on the 80th anniversary savings. Go see my friends at Ed Morris Sawgrass Cadillac. They are your 6-time dealer of the year off Sunrise Boulevard and the Sawgrass Expressway. Visit EdmoreSawgrassCadillac.com. And remember, from the trade-in to the sale to the lease to the service, you always have to be backed by Morris. Click EdmoreSawgrassCadillac.com.
So the 5 o'clock hour is the Funky Buddha Happy Hour, and you've got the Maple Bacon Coffee Porter Festival coming up this Saturday, and you've got Dan Day at Funky Buddha tonight hosting trivia. So you can go to the tap room in Oakland Park. And for Funky Buddha, let's play a little Who Got Funky?
Right here.
You have an open?
I think I do.
All right.
You sure you want me to play it?
Gotta let it sit a little longer. Jimmy, let it. Solana, you got to coach him up a little bit. Like let it sit. Like it should have made Gelb uncomfortable how long we sat in silence.
I can hear Jimmy's heart beating.
Bueller, Jimmy,
Right.
Jimmy.
Go ahead, Jimmy. We're gonna run out of time.
Yo, E, what you want to do now, man? Yo, whatever it is, it's just got to be funky.
Funky. Funky. Funky.
I can't get enough of that funky stuff.
You know it's funky, 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 because you heard it from here. See.
Who got funky?
On Hoch, Crowder, and Solana.
All right, brought to you by Funky Buddha Brewery. We love Funky Buddha, and hopefully everyone will be at the Maple Bacon Coffee Porter Festival on Saturday in Oakland Park. Crowder, who got funky this weekend?
I got to show love to Mike McDonald, the coach of the Seahawks. You see the story before the game?
I did not.
Played ball, got hurt, couldn't play football anymore, was coaching a high school, got a GA job at Georgia, and worked his way to the Super Bowl his second year as a head coach. I was watching the story, and I was like, that's impressive. Seeing what he did, seeing that he's a defensive guy, and they have a dominant defense, and that they made Sam Darnell pretty damn good again. So I got to give it up to Mike McDonald going to the Super Bowl with his second year in Seattle.
Funky. All right. Zach Gelb, by the way, thank you, Gelby, for sitting in with us this afternoon. It was a true pleasure.
Thanks for
and
having
you can
me.
follow Zach Gelb on social media, ZACHGELB. Gelby, who got funky?
I'm going local, helping out the Pats. Leonard Taylor, who is from the area and went to the U, elevated off the Patriots practice squad. Broncos had a chance to tie the game in the snow, and he got one of his paws on the football that caused it to go wide. So give it to Leonard Taylor.
All right. Very good.
Funky.
And I will tell you, Lee Sterling got funky this weekend. Sometimes he misses, sometimes he hits. If you listen to Lee Sterling,
betting guy, right?
The betting guy, we have him on Fridays. And if you tailed his picks, which I did, you won some cash this weekend. Lee Sterling told us Justin Gaethje to beat Patty Pimblett Saturday night. Gaethje was a plus 200 dog, and it was a great fight, by the way. Now that the UFC is on Paramount, I can watch all the fights. It was a great fight. That was a winner. He said take the Broncos plus the points. That was a winner. And then he had the Seahawks-Rams over. That was a winner. He went 3-0 on this show Friday. Lee Sterling got funky.
Funky.
Jimmy, who got funky this weekend?
I'm going to give it to Marchie getting a game winner in Minnesota.
Brad Marchand had the game winner in Minnesota, and it was a real nice sight. He's back. Kachuk is back. Who knows what'll go on with with our guy Barkey. Like, you never know. This could be happening at the right time.
Just get in the tournament. Everybody says in hockey, that's all it is.
Get in the tournament. Solana, who got funky this weekend?
Oh, Hoch, I thought you'd never
Don't do
ask.
this thing where you throw 3-4 different topics in the air and say, I can't decide.
What are you talking about?
You have to pick one.
What are you talking about?
One person who got funky.
What are you talking about? I don't do that.
Un
There's
por
just
favor.
so many different options,
Watch
though.
this.
Coco Gauff advancing to the quarters.
All right, so it's Coco Gauff. That's who got funky?
Nah, it can't be it. Speaking of white wide receivers, Cooper Kupp, little payback against his former team. Got a
forgot about
touchdown.
Cooper.
Yeah.
Super
So that's who
MVP.
got funky? Cooper
That's the
Kupp?
whole list.
Nah, I think I'm going with Bam's road trip. Sam Darnold. No, my who got funky is to this group of Uruguayans who were at the epicenter of the Utah Jazz fandom over
It's a
the past
wild
couple
story.
weeks.
I watched it on
What?
his social
Oh,
media.
what?
A bunch of Uruguayans have just adopted out of the blue the Utah Jazz as their basketball team, and they came to the Jazz game.
They
the
got
other night.
Mormons out there?
The owner went to Uruguay. He was there for some like e-commerce conference, found out about this Twitter account that had blown up, and paid for the 20 Uruguayans, plus there was a couple Argentinians, some Chileans as well, 32 South Americans, but 20 Uruguayans, all expense paid, 2-week trip to Salt Lake City to just watch a bunch of Jazz games. They were at the Mammoth games as well. Just a really cool story. Anytime my small little country of Uruguay, something cool like that happens, I'm happy to shout it out.
Funky. All right.
Isn't he from Argentina?
Who?
Solana.
Maybe. There you go. Who got funky? Brought to you by our friends at Funky Buddha Brewery, where you can see Dan Day tonight. I see Dan Day walking in right now. He's got a lot of trivia in his pockets, and he will unveil
What does that
it
look
all.
like? What does trivia in your pockets look like?
Little pieces of paper
Like
flowing
a
on out.
Constitution?
Like
the
a-
Constitution?
No,
in his pocket?
it actually looks like a pack of cigarettes.
Or index cards.
That's what that smell was.
And then Saturday is the Maple Bacon Coffee. Saturday is the Maple Bacon Coffee Porter Festival. You really had to press me on what a bunch of trivia in your pockets look like.
Well, you were caught up in here. You got a bunch of trivia. in
He's
his
got a
pocket.
bunch of trivia in his pockets. Where else do you think he has it? I mean, he's going to host trivia tonight. He's got to hold the trivia somewhere.
Hey, Dan, just shut up and do the trivia.
People hear me talk about Tucker Duke's Lunchbox in Deerfield Beach, and we do love Tucker Duke's. We've had the nacho tots. I bring in their food sometimes. Tucker Duke's, not just award-winning burgers. They've got everything there, from great appetizers to items that are beyond burgers. I always mention the bacon-wrapped Korean barbecue ribs or the nacho tots. They have great desserts as well. And I've been reminding you that Tucker Dukes on social media has launched this cool new series called Burgers, the Show. And they've got new episodes dropping all the time. They're funny. They're entertaining. It all revolves around burgers and Tucker Dukes. So what's today? January 26th. You have about 5-6 days left to get the January burger of the month, which is the new Marty McFly, a double smash burger stacked with melty white American cheese, crispy bacon, pickle nays, and spicy ketchup, layered with crispy fried green tomatoes. My wife loves fried green tomatoes, red onions, and fresh romaine lettuce. You can get it during the month of January at Tucker Dukes. They're in Deerfield Beach, and they are worth a visit. You can visit tuckerdukesburgers.com. You can follow Tucker Dukes on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. And remember, Tucker Dukes Lunchbox is at 1101 South Powerline Road in Deerfield Beach, the southwest corner of Powerline and 10th. All right, it's going to do it for us on this Monday. It was a fun show. Tomorrow, we're going to be at the Amerant Bank Arena. Who do the Panthers play tomorrow?
They play the
Utah,
Mammoth.
right?
Mammoth,
Utah
yeah.
Mammoth.
How about that? Is this their first visit here?
Yes. They only
Must
play
be.
them once.
Once.
I mean, the Utah Hockey Club was here last year.
That's
but
right.
This is the first time
As
the
the
Mammoth
Mammoth.
will be there.
All
They're
right.
recruiting Solana at the game to be a shaker.
They're
Bring it
looking
back to
for
Utah.
they're looking for Uruguayans tomorrow.
I'll shake.
Yeah.
That's why the
Anyway,
Uruguayans were there.
we will be at the Amerant Bank Arena tomorrow, so make sure you're listening. Thank you again, Zach Gelb, for joining us today. Larry Bluestein is coming up next with the South Florida High School Sports Report. Everybody have a great and safe Monday night. We will speak with you mañana.
Let's do this the right way, Solana.